could have been. Ooh, I look. Oh, my light's not on this way.
Ooh, that changes a lot.
Shut up the lights, man. Shut up the lights.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Oh, okay. Give me 1 second, chat. My G button is stuck for some reason. And then what's the other thing? Oh yeah. Okay. So that here.
All right. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Chat, we're back. How we doing? Hey, can I get a 1 if y'all can hear me, man? Let me know. I think I figured out what the issue was. If you were here yesterday, you know the audio was, I guess it was terrible. I didn't watch it back, but I heard it was terrible. I'm going to try not to touch this 1. But 2, I think I had my speaker as my headset too for some reason. I don't know if that's possible, but I think I had it. I think I had basically 2 microphones. But no, I had 1 microphone, but my speaker was also my microphone. So I don't know what was going on there. I'm not a tech guy, but I'm assuming that led to issues. I appreciate the 1s. I see y'all. All right, if you were here yesterday, does it sound better? Hey, and chat, look at this. So I got something special planned. So obviously we're going to react. Free agency things happen. We're going to talk about it. Those of all. That's fire. I like that. We're going to talk about that. What up, man? How you doing? How you doing? Hey, chat's popping. I appreciate y'all being here. But also, watch this. Also, we're gonna look at some film, man. Now this is a little bit different because it's not like, still not the full breakdown thing. But what I did was, I went through, I time stamped some plays from Amik Robertson this past season, because I already had notes on him, and I was like, you know what? Let's show him during the stream. Let's do something different. That way people got something to look at when it's kind of quiet in terms of free agency news. We could talk a little Amik Robertson live here instead of just talking about him. I could show you Amik Robertson and some of the stuff that has stood out to me from the little that I've seen. That will do it. Messing up the speakers and mics, which is designated. Hey, there you go. Well, I hope so. Sounds better. Okay, awesome. We need Ken to get back in here because Ken was calling me out on that. So greetings from Oakland Athletic Springs training. Ooh, you're at spring training? How is that? I've never been there. I'm not a big baseball guy. I'm assuming you're talking about baseball. I'm not a big baseball guy, but I've heard like that's the thing to do. That's the thing to do is go to spring training. I can't really walk around right now, though. So it feels like it's warm outside, but I also have a heater on, so I don't know. Amik Robertson, 2-time all-conference player. Okay, look at that. Background information. I didn't know that. Shout out to LA Tech, though. Louisiana Tech. Is that Louisiana Tech? Yeah, blue and red. I don't know. LA Tech has put out like corners over the last few years. They had Brooks, I think it was a year or 2 ago. I think it was last year. No, it was 2 years ago. It was Brooks, the cornerback. They've put out like late round corners. Amik Robertson was a 4th round pick. They've put out some of those dudes, and some of them have hit, some of them haven't. But for some reason, every year it feels like you could find a darn cornerback that comes from that school. So I don't know if that's like a coaching staff thing. Maybe that's something to look into. Maybe they just have really good defensive backs coaches. But before we do that, I do have Tom Pelissero pulled up. So we got the news, and the big news that took place right before I got on here. Long snapper news. Commanders are signing Tyler Ott to a 3-year deal. 3-year deal. Chat, please let me know your thoughts on Tyler Ott. Let's grade the signing. That's where we need to start this before we get going. 64 degrees right now. Lansing. Oh, dang, it is nice then. It is nice then. See, that's messed up. Hopefully soon then. One of my friends is a computer hardware specialist, and I learned that if you don't assign the right devices to the right roles, it will conflict and just not work. Dang. And that's the thing, like, it was on and off yesterday. I may have been just touching it too much, but the second thing is, like, yeah, it sounded terrible, I guess. Everybody was calling that out, like, over and over, like, it's... So, hopefully that doesn't happen, and we got to figure it out. I don't know how that was happening anyways. Also, Giants signed Drew Lock. So, yeah, Giants signing Drew Lock. I mean, my goodness, there's going to be quarterback controversy there. If they don't draft somebody, there's going to be. Amika Will Harris replacement, no. Outside depth, I think so. I definitely, obviously, if Will doesn't come back, I think so. Also, I would say this with Amik Robertson, definitely a special teams piece. Like, he has the skill set to be a big impact player on special teams. So I would say that yes, from that side of things. Because, a lot of guys like that, like he probably won't come in and be a starter. But I'm going to be honest, man. Like, if Amik Robertson started, if you told me you don't know the contracts, you don't know the numbers, you just laid them out there. We went through training camp and you saw the guys play, and you step back and said Amik Robertson was one of the 2 best that we had. I wouldn't be surprised, man. Amik Robertson is on such an upswing right now. Ravens signed Derrick Henry. I did see that. That's the big news. Chad, if there's news you want to talk about, feel free to throw it in here. Like I said, we're gonna get the clips here in a second because I have it pulled up in the background. Our long snapper was pretty good this year, actually. I think we had a couple long snappers that we went through this past year. And from what I know so far, I don't think we've resigned either of them. We had Scott Daly, and then we had, how do I pronounce it? It wasn't McBride. It was McQuaid. We had McQuaid, so we had both. Meek will be a starter. And I'm not even mad at that. Like, I don't know. It's a great spot to be in. Any news update on Danielle Hunter? So really, the only thing I've seen on Danielle Hunter is kind of what we talked about yesterday, just like rumors. I have seen a lot more DJ Reader buzz. So if the Lions were going to make a splash, I'm on board with that. I'm hoping that maybe we bring some good energy. Maybe right before we end it, bam, something will go down. Also, keep an eye on a lot of the exclusive rights free agents. James Houston. This would be tomorrow would be the deadline, right? I believe tomorrow's the deadline to sign. It was probably a time deadline. I don't know the exact time, but James Houston, KO'd. Those are 2 guys that kind of stand out. That would make a ton of sense. Who's the other guy? I just had him pulled up. 1 second. There was another one in there too. Oh, Josh Reynolds. He's not an exclusive rights guy, but yeah, Josh Reynolds. Keep an eye on that. Any news on Hunter? Meek will be a starter. One in the draft, called him Honey Badger 2.0. There you go, man. See, now that would have been back because that would have been 2020. And were we even cover the? I think we were. I think we were reacting to the draft. I had no idea. Watching those back are a struggle, dude. Watching back to 2020 draft is a struggle. But I also understand it. Like, I just didn't know anybody in the draft. Apparently, Hunter is still in talks with Texans. I saw Hunter asking for $30 million a year. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't think that the Lions are in that market. That's my guess. Could be wrong. I don't think that they're in that market right now after the Marcus Davenport. I don't think that move should make it so you can't sign him. But I think once that went down, I don't think they're gonna dip their toe in that water necessarily. And then to get John Kaminsky on the pay cut was really nice because he didn't like swap anybody. You just kept him around. So that was really nice. So us drafting a cornerback first 2 rounds might be gone. It could be. Yeah, it could be. I mean, but also like, I would say obviously the most clear need is still guard because we didn't sign a guard yet. Maybe we signed one today. But outside of that, like it feels like pretty much everything's kind of open. And then Josh Reynolds. If Josh Reynolds doesn't get brought back, I would assume they'll sign somebody in free agency, probably more of like a competition type of short-term deal, and then they'll still have to draft on top of that. So honestly, the order of needs will probably shift to guard at 1, wide receiver will probably push its way up there. Probably not as the top need, but it'll get up there because like, yo, you need a reliable outside guy. So and then I would say cornerbacks probably it'd still be my top 5. And I think you have to be open to go anywhere with those. Now, you did lose a 3rd-round pick. So, yeah, naturally, I mean, it's kind of like just taking a cornerback with a 3rd-round pick, I guess. I think you're still open to do so. I think they're still open for it. But I also think that it almost kind of feels like, too, in a way, it kind of comes back to the point that I made about, who are we talking about? Greg Newsome. Because Greg Newsome was a guy who was like, bro, from what I've seen so far, to me, Greg Newsome it would be a better player than any of these cornerbacks that I think would be projected to be here. So if that's how you look, if that's how they were to look at it too, once you get to that spot, like it wouldn't have made sense to take a cornerback at 29. Let's shift. Let's go a different position. If we're going to sign another pass rusher, would DJ want to be a fit? I mean, he could be. Like I said, he kind of took over, played a lot of snaps, I believe, last season. I mean, I don't think he'd be a big deal. I didn't really look at DJ Wanham that much. I did look at his numbers and stuff at one point. I didn't really look at him that much. I think we're seeing a lot of those guys. Actually, let me do this before we get into the Amik Robertson stuff. Hold up 1 second. I think we can. I want to pull up like a list, kind of like we were doing yesterday. Some of these might not be updated though. That's the issue we're gonna run into. That's fine. So Bleacher Report, shout out, has the top 50 list. Should we run through that? Or is this yeah, I mean, I guess we could just I'll pull up the top 50 list. We'll go through that. But we probably will have to pull up the full thing because you kind of at that point now where you're kind of looking at everybody. I'll pull up the top 50 list they got over here. Some of these guys probably have gotten signed. They probably haven't updated it. They got Gerald Everett on there. I feel like Gerald Everett got signed today. Jordan Fuller. So we still have Tier Tar. I haven't seen any news on him, so I think he's still available. Josh Johnson's on there. CD Deuce. Yo, PFF had CD Deuce like their top 10. Oh, snap. Calais Campbell. Yep. Okay. Shelby Harris. Yes. Haven't seen him get signed yet. Same thing with Willie Gay. Haven't seen anything on Whitehead. Whitehead's always an interesting one because of his fit. Reader or Hunter? Yeah, I think if they were going to go after 1 and 2, I would assume they would go after DJ Reader. I don't think they're going to go after Hunter at this point. Thoughts if we get Sheldon Rankins? I'm on board with Sheldon Rankins. He was on my defensive tackle video. Like I said, I think it's a little bit weird because I don't think it completely. I think it addresses part of our issue because he definitely gives us interior rush. I don't think he makes us much better against the run, which kind of stinks because I think that's where. I mean, we got to improve. We got to get another player that can help us get pass rush, and you got to get a guy that can help you against the run to the inside. The issue with that is that you would like that probably to be a guy that can do both. The flip side is you have Levi on this final deal. He'll probably get snapped. Same thing with Broderick. You don't know what Broderick's going to look like. Levi, we really don't know either. But even if Levi was like, okay, let's say he's healthy all year next year, what he really flashed was pass rush. So as a guy that likes, I'm a big fan of Sheldon Rankins. He was one of my predictions in our BR stream a while back is that we'd sign Sheldon Rankins to a 2-year deal. It'd be a little bit weird of a fit, but he would address an issue, which is interior pressure. We need to know, Hunter, our window closes if we don't get him. I don't think our window closes. Honestly, I don't completely. I can't really agree with that one at all, to be honest with you. Danielle Hunter would be cool. He'd be cool, man. I mean, but I'm gonna be honest, and this is the issue is I gotta watch a lot more. I wish this thing would just scroll on its own too. Like there's not a button to just. If I click next, it's probably gonna go to the next article. So let me not do that. I'll just like do this. Oh, there's Sheldon Rankins. There you go. But no, I mean, I'm really pumped up about the Marcus Davenport edition because of how well he played with New Orleans. And if you guys didn't see a little recap that I had yesterday, I kind of just tried to throw that stat. He had a higher pressure percentage than Jonathan Greener this past season. Like, that's incredible. Yeah, to me, like, that position in particular was never my biggest need, even before we made a move there. So it's still not it still wouldn't be my biggest need, though it's working its way up because now we started to address cornerback. I don't know. It'd be great, but I don't think that move is necessary for us to get where we want to go. That's what I'll say. But it was nice though, because if you're really looking at like when I stepped back and I thought about it, like a lot of the short-term deals that you're seeing for edge rushers, man, like they don't run defense and pass rush. For a lot of them, it's not really there. You get kind of like one or the other. So for him, it's just like, okay, if he's out there, you kind of get both. Okay, when it comes to Josh Reynolds and Peoples-Jones, should we bring both back? Ooh, boy. Now that's a tough one because I think they bring two different things to the table. I think we bring Josh Reynolds back still. I would assume he's just trying to get his money, seeing what's out there. I think he still comes back. I don't expect both to be back. Maybe one. I'd be surprised a little bit if Donovan Peoples-Jones is brought back, though he does bring a different value, I think, than Josh Reynolds. Like he's definitely a different type of player. The flip side is you can make an argument that Antoine Green, if you were to hit his max potential, which it feels like he's a ways away, that he could be similar to what Josh Reynolds can bring to the table. He would have to hit that ceiling, but if he can get there, that you could buy into, well, hey, Antoine Green could become that. You're really not going to get what Donovan Peoples-Jones brings to the table from Antoine Green, I don't think. Which O-line veteran do we sign? Left guard? Well, I haven't seen any news of anybody getting signed, so I'm still with the same names yesterday. Lewis and Simpson, to me, could be starters. I'm still on the Zeitler train. I'm on board with that, though he's a right guard. I'd have to go back through my list from yesterday. I could pull it up. I would take Reader just for an interior pressure along with you. And that's the thing, too. Like, to me, where he's big time is run defense, but to your point, he's a good pass rusher. He's may not be the best option, but he's a good pass rusher. We need a vet safety. We do. I can agree with that. I think that'll come at some point. We've entered Rams 2020 era. We need to trade picks. Oh, wait. We don't need picks? Oh, I got you. Okay, I read that wrong. We don't need picks. Trade a third and 2 fifths for Reader. Wait. Reader's a free agent. Okay, wait. Hold up. I'm a little confused. I see what you're saying, though. I do hear what you're saying. I know what you're saying, though. Have you seen any good guards in free agency? So, yeah, those are the two for me. Those are two for me. I'm more on the Damian Lewis train. I haven't seen... Actually, let me see if there's any news on that. More on the Damian Lewis train, but honestly, like, if you were talking about a guy that I think could be a starter, I think those two... Okay, no, Damian Lewis went to Panthers. Dang. Okay. Oh, Panthers. What? Okay, so then it would be John Simpson for me. I'm assuming he got signed, too. At signing John Simpson. Okay, dang. So yeah, then it would get to a point. Let me see. I'm gonna just search up my dang list. Hold up. Oh boy. Okay. So he's still available. So yeah, then it would probably get to the point where I'm looking more at like veteran, to what you guys are saying, type of guards, like the guys that probably aren't the future. There's probably a good chance they're not going to be the future. So you're definitely investing a draft pick there. The flip side is maybe you can get someone that's kind of the stopgap type. It's just like, again, then Kevin Zeitler's probably the top of my list right now for what happened at guard. Who else? Let me see. Oh, I thought I wrote that down. Dang, that's crazy. Let me see. Yeah, I'd probably put Feliciano still on that list. Greg Van Roten probably fits in there too. I think those two guys are a little bit on the lower tier. Like, I don't think I'd feel great with them starting. I wouldn't want them to start, but I could. You could get by with that. Van Roten and Feliciano's a little bit trickier. He's a little bit trickier to me. But Zeitler, I would definitely feel good with starting. He'd almost be more of like a for sure starter. Like the other two, you can kind of sign him and then like just draft somebody and be like, oh, okay, we're good. He's like more so you sign that dude. That dude's starting. Sorry, Chad. I'm way behind. I missed some stuff. So I'll see. Hey, throw it back in the chat. Also, if y'all are letting me know that those guys have been signed, I appreciate it. Yes, I did not even see those. I'll pass on Lakin. Yeah, I'm to be fair, I haven't really watched Lakin Tomlinson. I just know that he was a free agent, so I brought him up yesterday as a joke. The guys that I'm talking about, I've seen play, so that's why the Bob Marley movie seems like my best option. Okay, what? Wait, hold on. Okay, why are there no good movies in theaters right now? Dang, I think that's because of the time of the year. I'm not like a movie guru, but I do watch a lot of movies. I believe that's because it's early in the year. Like at the end of the year, they try to push it around the holidays. I think that's why that's the case. Could be wrong though. Zeitler definitely. Yeah, I think Zeitler would be my top option, unless I'm missing someone obvious. The thing is, there you'd probably have to push Graham to left guard. Oh, I take that back. Hold up. I did watch this guy a little bit too. Let me see if he's got time. No, you know what? Not Kevin Zeitler. Dalton Reisner would probably get in there too. He'd be a little bit closer to the Feliciano type of thing. But Dalton Reisner, again, who took over essentially for Ezra Cleveland, and that's, they ended up trading him. Like, the guy's a real pass protector. I mean, last season wasn't his best 30 pressures this past season. But when you talk about just having he honestly, in some ways, his pass protector reminds me of Van Roten, but I could see more consistency there. And he does have some flexibility schematically. So actually, Dalton Reisner would probably kick his way in there. Those three to me. And then once you get beyond that, I feel like you're almost getting more, maybe the Lakin Tomlinsons, maybe the Tristan Cohen. You almost feel like you're getting Evan Brown, to where it's like, I definitely don't want this guy starting. In a pinch, I could. It's like someone asked about Colby Sorstel. I don't really have much that I could take away from last year where I feel like I would want Colby Sorstel to start. Like, he didn't really play well to me. I don't think at any game I thought he played well. He improved. I didn't think he played well after really any game there. But I was a Colby Sorstel fan, when I had went through him for the draft, and I thought that he'd be able to shift into guard. Fits a lot more of that athleticism mold. So if you just looked at our offensive line without having Jonah Jackson, you're talking about a very good move offensive line, right? A very good zone-heavy offensive line. And there's certain offensive linemen that would fit that much better if the Lions wouldn't just go all into that. Colby Sorstel does fit that. The Lions were looking to go all into that style and really kind of lean into that with their last signing if they win another guard. There's certain guards that would probably fit into that better. Honestly, Dalton Reisner would probably be a guy that fits into that pretty well. I'm just waiting on the Godzilla Kong movie coming out soon. Dang, honestly, those things look sweet. Have you seen Godzilla -1? What's going on, Dion and chat? Did we get a dog in Robinson? We did. All right, we're gonna dive into that. I'm just chatting right now. Make sure I didn't miss it. I know I missed a lot. How is Graham at left guard compared to right guard? Well, I'll say this: he hasn't played left guard in actually, take that back. He played left guard like 70 snaps this past year. He started against the Baltimore Ravens, so I'd have to go back and review that game. And I probably will when we break him down. I haven't. I mean, we could do it on here, to be honest. But then you would have to go back to like years before since he's last really played guard. So, or left guard, I should say. So he did it this year. One time. Colby's developmental player, I think, will become a starter. Maybe not this year. That'd be awesome. Yeah. If you got a round, 6 guy, or was he 5 or 6? I think he was 6. If you get a guy like that ever becomes a starter, you nailed that draft pick. So that'd be amazing. You did see Godzilla -1? Was it good? You're a big fan? Okay, sweet. I heard it's fire. What's going on with Neon Chat? I already read that. All right. Let me see. Questionable decisions by the rest of the NFC North has me wondering if Brad's got counterparts running a little scared. Ooh, dang. Okay, Brett. Dang. Okay, I like that. I like that. Don't hold too much. I mean, yeah. Hey, look, bro. These guys got knocks. Boom. I get it. I hear you. These guys got knocks though. At this point, DJ Reader or Devin White. A DJ Reader, no question for me. I will say though, linebacker is one of those spots, man, where I am still curious. Like if we were sitting here and they signed a linebacker, I don't think I'd be shocked. Like I could see a scenario, but no, definitely Reader for me. Dune. Okay, I kind of got the movie stuff here. Let me see. Some later round guards. I see you. Did anyone sign Dante Jackson? That's a good question. I don't know. I remember he was on the set. It felt like he was on the trade block this season. I don't think so. I don't see any Dante Jackson news. He's another guy's coming off a pretty rough year, if I remember right. Would you rather have Reader or Hunter? Reader. Yeah. To me, Reader finalizes the defensive line in a lot of ways. Like, especially if you told me they were healthy going into a game, that defensive line's disgusting. Reader's issue is he would honestly probably cost less than Hunter. He's coming off an injury at the end of the season. But I mean, that Reader's biggest issue is probably just position that he plays too. It's like, how much impact am I getting there? But I always feel like if you got dudes in the interior, you got Aleem and Reader playing together. That's insane. All right. What move we made? Okay, so we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that, chat. Give me like what's it, 424? Give me like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. I want to keep talking a little here and then we'll get to that. Whichever have Wilkins or Reader. I actually did a list and it's weird. We're good. The audio's still there. Test. We're good. Chat, we're good. No, I was trying to beat. I knew it was coming. I was trying. I was like, as soon as that unplugged, I'm like, oh, good. Here comes the muted comments. I'm going to beat it, though. I lost. It's getting to that point. Let me make sure I didn't mess it up where it's like last time. Okay, no, we're still good. I can still hear it. I fixed that problem. Hey, come on, chat. Okay, I don't remember what we were talking about. But no. So I had the list of defensive tackles yesterday. And I truly did. Because before free agency started, I watched Wilkins. And I thought that DJ Reader was at the top of my list. I think I said that yesterday. Hey, he was at the top of my interior defensive lineman list. And he's still there for me. Favorite cornerback in the draft for the Lions? Ooh. Right now? Well, I'll say this. So what we're seeing right now, and look, we hit on it yesterday, and now today, line sign Amik Robertson, who we're going to look at, and you're going to see it. Ball skills has been seemingly I'm telling you, and they got a lot of different ports, but this is the one port that they gave me, and for some reason now it's not connected. That's the one thing that all of these cornerbacks seemingly have in common is they're big-time playmakers at the catch point. And I think when you look at the Lions specifically, for me, that's what I'm going to have to start to kind of shift my perspective into is just like, okay, who did I like the most at the catch point? All right. And obviously they're also getting guys that do play a lot of zone, a lot of off-man coverage, right? Maybe less of the pure press cornerback, but that's what I'm going to have to start leaning into. I have to pull up my list. To see who that would be for me right now. Dose 2024. Honestly, bro, hey, DeJean was nasty in terms of ball skills. I gave him a higher grade. Which safety? Diggs, the Bronco one, or CD Deuce? Probably CD Deuce, to be honest, for me. Out of those three, I mean, Justin Simmons is like, one is Justin Simmons coming in to be a backup. That'd be what I'm curious about. But the reason I say CD Deuce is because then I feel like I know I get really good flexibility in terms of a third safety look. That's why I do that. We saw it last year at the end of the year when they played three safeties and rotated them together. I think I'd like that fit. I don't know as much about Justin Simmons because I never really focused on Justin Simmons and watching him. I just know I like CD Deuce a ton at safety, and I know there's flexibility in there. Okay, Kyrie Jackson. Hey, I'm telling you, man, me and Easy are going to do a show on this. We're going to do a show on this at some point. Vikings free agent Hunter and Texas reportedly have mutual interest. And I mean, look, that would be nasty because Jonathan Greener broke out last year, and that'd be them like saying, okay, we can get better. Jonathan Greenard was good. His numbers look great, but he wasn't as good as the numbers suggest. We can get better there. And on the flip side, didn't the Vikings sign Jonathan Greenard? That'd be kind of disgusting. I'm gonna be hey, that'd be kind of disgusting, dog. Hey, hold up. Oh my goodness. Okay. Would you draft someone like Mike Sainer still? Probably not. Not that I don't like him. He's going to be one of my best graded out corners when it's all said and done, because right now he's one of the most well-rounded corners that I have, but just probably not because of the fit. I wouldn't be against it. He's probably going to be like a second-round player to me, by the time I get there, and I end up finalizing the grade because I've went through like 6 of his names. By the time I finalize, it'll probably be high enough where I'd like to do it a ton. It's just then comes down to fit, because I really don't have any questions about his game, to be honest with you. Okay. Vikings did sign. So they did sign him. Okay, dang, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of slick a little bit. Dang. All right, chat. So stay tuned. All right, I'll be right back. Am I going to the draft? I don't know yet. Someone actually emailed me that. I got to email him back. I don't know yet. I hope so. I'm wondering what wide receivers Leggett or Roman will. I mean, I'll probably be there just on my own, so I'll put that out there. Darius Robinson in the first now, right? Michigan kid that wants to be here and can't help Hutchinson. I'm a Darius Robinson guy. I got a video on him, man. Go check it out. I got a big video on him. I'm on board with it. Chat, stay tuned. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab I'm down for a draft meetup, chat. Like, I don't know my exact plans, but I'm absolutely down with that. The hope is, and I don't want to say for sure it's going to happen. The hope is that we can get a guy like Rad down here as well. That's what we're aiming for. So that would be amazing. And if that happens, we're absolutely going to have to do a meetup with Rad involved. Do I look like Rodrigo? It might be the shirt or something. I don't know. I don't have like the boots and stuff though. So are we going to take a cap hit on Sutton? I don't think so. I think Sutton's going to stay. I mean, the one thing that's true, and it's unfortunate, but the Lions do have multiple cornerbacks with injury history. I think Cam Sutton's not a lock to start. I don't think it makes sense to cut him unless you had like a 90-man roster situation. There's really no benefit. So you might as well roll with him, see how he does this year, and then next year you make that decision. That's where I would leave it. And I just would also have in my mind that we need to have depth, because we're going to expect that these dudes are going to be hurt. Like, there's going to be a time where we can expect that Carlton Davis is going to miss some time. Expect that Mosley's going to miss some time. I need a cowboy hat. I actually do have a cowboy hat. I actually do have one. Got it in Texas. Betts and Houston need to produce in situational havoc. Yeah, that's someone to keep an eye on, man, because the Lions haven't tendered that contract. So we still don't know if the Lions are actually going to bring him back or not. And I do wonder, I'll say this. So knowing that, and also knowing that KO'd guys like that, like our guard, has not been tendered the exclusive rights deal, I wonder a little bit if the Lions are then actively looking to add pieces at that spot, right? Add another edge rusher potentially, or add to what you guys are saying, maybe not Danielle Hunter, but someone in that market, or add another guard in free agency. And then if they can or can't, maybe that affects bringing those guys back and saying, let's get this thing done. Or maybe that's just not something that they're focused on right now. Or maybe they just don't want to bring them back. That's a possibility too. But for me, a guy like Yodi, like I would be shocked if he wasn't brought back, especially in James Houston. Like, I don't really see the risk, right? I mean, outside of holding a 90-man roster spot, why would I not bring back James Houston? I'm bringing it back. I mean, I guess the injury thing. I mean, you got a lot of guys that have injuries. Detroit, one of 3 teams with strong interest in Reader. See, y'all need, this number feels like it's getting lower and lower. That's what it feels like right now. Nick Bosa or Matt, come on down. I don't think they'll do something like that. I mean, no, actually, I shouldn't say that. I should have said it could be a trade. I feel like 2 trades would surprise me a little bit, but as Hungry Panda said, he was like, hey, we don't need draft picks. We're the Rams now. Lions just signed Hunter for $25 a year. Elijah, I feel like you're playing. But you said that with conviction, so I don't know. You said it with conviction, so I'm gonna check. I haven't seen nothing yet. I thought you were going to the bathroom. I know I am. I'm sorry. I got reading the chat. Can I be your kicker? Of course. That's why I'm healing right now. Detroit Sports Park. This is why I have the brace on. It's about that time. You got to heal during the offseason. All right, I'll be right back. Stay tuned, though. Also, I'm going to grab some water. And then we'll break down Amik Robertson. All right, let's do it. All right, let's do it. Okay, then it cut out. I was expecting that thing to cut out for sure. All right, let me actually do this. Okay. Also, I'll actually say that. I'll say that. We don't need to dive into it right now. Let's pull up some plays here. Other than Edge, we got yesterday. You think we're looking into a trade? I wouldn't count it out. I would be shocked if they made 2 trades. I'd be a little bit surprised if they made 2 trades. I think the value that they place on building through the draft to make 2 trades would surprise me. Unless it was like a late round. If it was like a late round pick and they swap some things, maybe something like that. But I would be surprised if they give up a high draft pick after giving up a 3rd round. They could get some 6 back, but after giving up a 3rd, yesterday, it would bring back Evan Brown. I'm on board with that. I mean, you could always use the depth. I think Graham Glasgow makes him a little bit more flexible, adding something like that. But Graham Glasgow's a starter now. So, I mean, I'm on board with it because if you think back to last year when they added Graham Glasgow, they added him, and obviously we knew that Big V was going to miss some time. But on the same token, he came in as a backup. So the Lions really did invest in saying we have to have another guy here. So I would actually expect the Lions to make an addition like that. They're going to make some kind of a signing as just a depth piece in general. And obviously they still have their starting guard to figure out. And I think they'll probably make one of those signings that won't be a starter. They'll sign him, but he won't be a starter. I got you liking Cedric Johnson. Hey, yo, I have literally 2 draft videos up. And it's funny because, like, I was looking at that. It sounds better. Chris, come on, man. We figured it out. I mean, we did cut out one time, though. We did cut out. We'll trade up and get a good pass rusher. See, now that's possible. It's possible. But again, I think the Lions, got a lot of their answers on the roster. I really do. I think, the Josh Paschal, John Kaminsky defensive end role, we're going to see a rotation there. You obviously, if healthy, Marcus Davenport can step into that role. I think he also showed, from what I've seen so far, the flexibility to play in kind of that, stand-up edge role. He could play definitely in a 4-down front. So if you're talking about sub-package, we're putting 4 defensive linemen out there. He could play as a pure defensive end opposite of Hutchinson, line up against your left tackle, Hutch on the right tackle. And if you're doing that, which again, I think it's like 60-some% of the time teams are playing, nickel package at least defensively, maybe even dime, right, into those things. All of a sudden, you're a lot of times looking at 4-down fronts. And if that is the case, I mean, if you're just putting out the lineup, right, Aleem McNeil, nose tackle, which is why I think we need a nose tackle even more. If you had Marcus Davenport healthy, you put him opposite of Hutchinson. Then you could rotate Kaminsky, Paschal. That's where your rotation starts to take place. So to me, that's why interior is such a need, because we really don't have much depth there. Not only do we not have maybe a big-time run defender, we have to figure it out with Broderick if he can be that. Then you also don't really have much pressure in the interior either. Because even if Broderick Martin was everything you hope coming out of the draft, he might give you splash plays as a pass rusher with effort, length. He's not going to be a consistent pass rush winner. I like Jenkins. Asset middle defense line. Are you talking about from Michigan? Yeah, Jenkins is a heck of an athlete. And Michigan puts those out. I mean, sometimes they put out guys that don't have the production. We've seen that a lot over the years, but Michigan always puts out freakish athletes on the defensive line that if with the right coach, it might take a minute, but they're going to figure it out. And the best example is Rashawn Gary. And Betts, yeah. I mean, and look, Betts could be part of the reason that we don't see Houston back, because they do have Derek Barnes. And I think, as much as I wanted Van Ginkel, I think there's a real possibility that they look at that and saying that Sam Backer role, that's going to be Derek Barnes a lot of the time. Like, that is his spot, right? Which is why I wouldn't be shocked if they added another off-ball linebacker. And then on pass downs, the rotation, I would think they'll bring back James Houston. Maybe they draft someone on top of that. But if they draft someone, they have Betts in the mix, there's room to add to that. There's room to add. It was while it was in my top 5 needs, but at the same time, it's not my top need. I think the same thing. Those guys like Paschal, Campbell, Martin, Gilmore, Iffy are going to grow and develop. Okay, I like that you threw Gilmore in there. Going to grow and develop more after next year's projections. Absolutely. Okay, well, this is facts. And you're talking about the contract side, I believe. And yeah, I think they said it's 6. It's only 6. You put like 12 in there, but that's okay. You just doubled it up. Nothing wrong with that. I can go get my notes. We can talk about him a little bit. If Newton were there at 29, we'd have to draft him. Hot take, Adisa Isaac better than Chop. I don't think this is a hot take. I don't think this is a hot take, Hungry Panda. I mean, actually, no, take that back. It is a hot take, but I can see what you're saying. Let me say that. Adisa Isaac, maybe the first person I'd watch for the draft. I don't know about you, Hungry Panda, but like, Adisa Isaac was ridiculous. I'd have to go back and revisit it because I like Chop. I didn't think he was insane, but it's like, okay, this makes sense. Adisa Isaac was awesome. So they have 2 really good edge rushers over there. Especially if you're just talking about a pure rusher. Lions may go back into same season with no pass rush. But that's the thing, though. They did have pass rush last season. They were one of the top pressure teams in football. They were one of the top pressure teams in football. I thought their biggest issue was their inability to get coverage. Now, I can go with you in this sense. Here's why I really agree with you. We didn't get into your pass rush. And as soon as we lost Liam, we had none. It was like, okay, let's go add Aluwalu. We were just trying to find anybody that could give us that. It was like Levi was getting snaps. Someone needs to give us that. And hopefully Levi maybe becomes that. But like that is something that we just don't have outside of Aleem McNeil. So that's where I agree with you, because on pass downs, you can make it work. On early downs, you can't. And I'm with you in terms of, you want that development out of a guy like Josh Pascal, right? But at the same time, when you drafted Josh, there's a reason Josh went where he went. And there's a reason that Marcus Davenport went where he went as a guy that was known as, man, he's raw coming out of UTSA. He went pick 14. That guy has a lot more in terms of he can get off the edge and win as a pass rusher than you have in the tank with a guy like Josh Pascal. Pascal can win. He's just very limited. You have a lot more in the tank there with Marcus Davenport. So as long as he's healthy, you have the defensive line coach. He's been very good with the Saints in his role. That's where hopefully you get some more of that. Hopefully. But again, I still think Josh is going to be part of the future here. They drafted him as high as they did. Really don't understand why Gilmore wasn't getting more reps. Jacobs sucked. Mosley got injured. Much rather see Gilmore than Builder. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can't tell you. Like I said, I was more of a Dorsey guy in preseason. I thought Dorsey was their best corner. He got the first nod. Then they went to Builder. So I don't know. I mean, that's not to say that, he was perfect in preseason, but he was taking the football away. So there was that. You agree AG going back to man-to-man with Reese Edition? No, not necessarily. I think Amik Robertson is pretty darn good in zone coverage. We're going to take a look here. I think, no, I don't think so. I think if, it's tough to say because we still played a good amount of man last year. If you're talking about like press man, definitely not. But, more off man, but I wouldn't say so exactly. Now, I will say this. There were times last year where the Lions were better leaning into man coverage. They just could not lean into it. Like there were legit times, and this is where Carlton Davis, those guys hopefully will help you. I remember against Green Bay, for example, the Lions the first half, they were playing zone. I think Jordan Love started 14 of 15. Second half comes around, Lions leaning into more man. He's much more inefficient. And with that offense, it's like, they're getting the ball up fast. You can't have guys wide open. We were just giving guys wide open. So we had to shift out of it, but we didn't really have the personnel to play it. So from that spot, I can see what you're saying. Darius. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'll still be the mix. Like, I would have to watch more of these guys to get a really good sense of where I would grade their man versus zone kind of traits, to be honest with you. I think it's still a mix. Neon for sure would have played DN tight end. Hey, yo, that's funny. I played DN in our flag football thing. They were like, nah, because I ain't gonna lie, Chad. I ain't gonna lie, I got cooked on corner. I played corner, bro. I got cooked. It was only one time. It was really only one. I mean, like, you know how it's a corner? Well, you get cooked, but they don't catch it, and you're like, I didn't really get cooked. You know what I mean? And he threw it out of bounds. The second time, though, nah, I got cooked, dog. I brought up some of that aggressiveness. I'm going to jump one of these. See, and that's the thing, Detroit Sports Talk. So they're like, all right, because I joined the team late. I was like Tyson Aluwalu walking in there. The same game, bro. See, now, not knows. Maybe, hey, Daniel Hunter or me. I'm just saying, if the tape was out there, chat, there'd be a discussion. Because I had to, first play, bam, sack, ended the game. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's hold up. Okay. All right, here we go. Now, you got to bear with me with this because I try to timestamp some plays that I could show that we were not just watching random plays, but at the same time, it's not really organized at all. So, yeah. And there's some good, there's some bad. Like, these aren't all just good plays. But I went to our game, and I timestamped some plays out that we could show. No, I did go. Hungry Pen, I did go. I'm good. I'm a receiver. Bro, that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I was trying to tell him. I'm like, come on, dude. I'm also the kicker, too. Like, they didn't even see my kicker video. The film's out there. I mean, what do I got to do? You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, man. Now look at me. Now I'm recovering. Okay, so let's switch to, and chat, feel free. If more news goes down, let me know. Let me see. They got details. Joe Mixon. Wait, Joe Mixon was traded? Texans sending Bengals a 7th round pick. Wow, they did for a 7th? I thought he was signed. Okay. So Joe Mixon to the Texans. There we go. Okay. This is the... you won't need sound also. All right, if anybody's wondering. This is all 22. There's no need for sound here. I just want to make sure that I have... that y'all can see it. That's the key here. All right. In case anybody hasn't even seen Amik Robertson, they're like, who is this dude? I want to give you a sense of who he is. You know what I mean? So, again, I didn't really order these extremely well, so there's a legit chance that some of these are just like, I'll have to come back because I missed something. I can outkick you. You're 67. No, you definitely can. You definitely can. That doesn't mean I wasn't the best kicker on my team, though. You know what I'm saying? There was actually multiple. There was actually a lot of film me kicking. All right? There was the one at the Lions thing at Ford Field. Nothing. I hit nothing. That thing, it was like an extra point. It's probably the worst kick of all time, to be honest with you. Watching Rook at the combine. Oh, yeah. You tore your what muscles? All right, maybe you're trying to when a tight end landed on me. Ooh. Dang. That's messed up. I'm sorry. Got burned as a DN in reverse rocket football in the 70s. Wait, what the heck is that? Never have it again. Great coach. Wait, what is that? Okay, I'm sorry. All right, we got to... Okay. All right, here we go. So he's at the bottom of your screen. He's rocking the 21. Okay. And, you know, the first play we have here, some people are asking man zone. Here's the zone look, cover 2. And, you know, one of the things that stands out with Amik Robertson is definitely the twitch. You see the transition quickness right here, plant drive. Here's the thing about Amik Robertson, just a quick little background. So this is a guy that has been racking up interceptions, 4 over the last 2 seasons. And he's also a guy that come out of the draft, 14 interceptions, okay? And ball skills was always kind of a name of his game. Now, again, I have to dive into a lot more. The only time I dove into Amik Robertson and why I was hyped when we signed him is because I knew him for the trade deadline. So actually, by the time that I had done that video, we hadn't even played the Raiders yet. So I didn't even know about this game. And he actually, his statistics improved to end the season. He was actually a lot better to end the year than what he was at the time I did the video. But it's this aspect to me that makes him so proactive. And this is where we talk about man zone, that kind of thing. His ability to utilize that eye balance and see the quarterback is what opens up his ability to take the football away. Now, it gets him into trouble. He'll bite on double moves. We'll see one of those actually in this. But you see Goff's eyes flip over there, plant drive. You see the twitch. Ball doesn't come out. He has to go away from it. And obviously, it was a great catch by Josh in that spot. But why I focused at first is because there are a lot of plays just like that in this game, where there's actually the interception that was caused likely because of him. In chat, I'm still reading the chat, so I see y'all in here, man. Keep throwing it in there. Martin talked about his inspiration from Aleem's transformation. Ooh, that's awesome. Okay, I didn't even see that. You like the DT from LSU. Wait, what's his name? Put it in the chat. I think I know who you're talking about. Not holding my breath, but if he does improve like that, it'd be massive. Oh, that would be massive. No network look. Okay. Dang. All right, so that's the first play I wanted to show. Let's keep it moving. Let's go on and skip a little bit ahead here. 13:30. All right. Now we're staying on the zone side of things. Okay. Again, I think this is another cover 2 look. If I wrote this down correctly. Yep. He's at the bottom of your screen right here. And now this one, I mean, there's not really a ton going on here, to be honest, but to me, just some awareness. You know, you see him find the route that's behind him on the play, understanding maybe the little high-low setup that's going on behind him. It's not really even a high-low, it's just a corner route. You see him drift, get some depth, take that away. Goff has to throw it away on a 3rd down. You get off the field. Okay. Now let's flip to some of that off man. 15. See if I got to the right time slot here. Because like I said, there's going to be good, there's going to be bad. Now, this is one thing that you will see about Amik Robertson. He's nasty. He's tough, right? The Lions want guys that will tackle. He'll tackle. He's a very good tackler. But he does bring some of that nasty to him. So you're going to see him at the bottom of the screen here. He's lined up across from Jamison Williams. Follows Jamison over. They're manned up on this play. He's going to get on top of this route. And you can see him looking back for the ball here. Then he closes, knocks it loose. And then you're going to see after the play, he lets J-Mo know about it. That's the kind of corner you're getting. And I first off, I know I love that from slot. I love that from a slot guy that's playing in the slot, the scrappiness, the toughness. There you go. That's a little bit of that. Okay. What up, though? Refreshing show. Everybody else is depressed. Let Brad cook. Everybody's depressed? What? I'm fired up. Oh, there's like 3? Okay, well, hold up. Mason Smith. Easy in the house. Shout out to Easy. Mason Smith. Okay, no, it's someone else. Wait, maybe I'm thinking of a center. I don't know. I have to go back through my notes. Jenkins was rated between 2nd and 5th. Ooh, 5th. That'd be wild. Did you hear that Broderick Martin said he is going to do what Aleem did last offseason. Someone just said that, and I didn't see that. So that's awesome. Honestly, if we get a true lockdown corner in the draft like McKinstry, Sutton will be covering 3 or 4, so he won't get torched. Yeah, I don't think anybody does. Hey, chat, are y'all depressed? We're fired up in this chat. We're fired up. So we're glad you're here. All right, let's move forward. Let's go to another one. I shouldn't have clicked that button. We were already there. Okay, here we go. This one is okay. This was a little bit of a communication breakdown here with the safety. You're gonna see safety dives down, so he tries to pass it off. Can't pass it off. Khalif Freeman is wide open on the play, and I don't really put that on him too much. But anyways, there's a communication breakdown. I guess I timestamped that. Probably didn't need to. All right, let's go back to zone. Let's go back to zone. Let's show some variety. We show a couple cover 2 looks. Let's mix it up. Let's mix it up right here. Now, this one is... Am I on the right play? Yeah, this one, they do give up the reception here. And this is one of those things that I do think, you know, I remember back when I was watching him, is that he could be a little bit late at times. If you see this, they have the cover 3 beater basically on display. It's a good throw by Goff. Now, you could see he sees it on the play. He sees the ball comes out, gets off of it, stays on top of JMO, unable to really get into a spot to make the tackle on that play. But it's always one thing that you love with him is whether that's half turn, off man, really good with eye balance. And that seems to lead to a lot of the turnovers, but also the fact that he gets himself into a lot of plays because of that. I'm going to skip again here. We're going to start to get to some really cool plays. 36, 8. All right. This one is, what is this one? Okay, yeah. So this is another one where I felt like he was a little bit late here. So again, we talk about kind of that eye balance, right? I think at times it can lean a little bit more towards quarterback than receiver. So here, like this, for example, you're sitting in this cover 3, safety rolls down, and you can see it, but the quarterback's not looking there. So Goff's looking away from it. He continues to plant and wait and wait. You understand he's being disciplined. But as you can see, the hitch just opened up. The flat was already taken out of the play, and he doesn't really pick up on that necessarily. Linebackers are shifted out, and you get an open kind of underneath receiver here late. Now you get come down, plant, makes a good tackle in space, and we can actually pull it back all the way to a couple of these plays, and you'll get to see the way that he tackles. Obviously, he misses tackles. I think sometimes he kind of just launches himself. But here on the top of the screen, you get a tackle like this. Right? You can see how under control he was. We'll skip ahead all the way to a better tackle. 43. Here we go. We'll get a better tackle. Top of the screen here on Jahmyr Gibbs. Bam. Shut it down. No leakage. I love that. I love that, man. When it's clean like that, when it's precise, chat, I love that. Bam. I love that. Chat, how we feeling? We got more plays to go through. We got more to go through. Are you still trying to become an NFL scout? You have the skill set in spades. I'm a scientist, so you're my favorite go-to for film breakdown. Oh, you're a scientist, Brent. Okay, I see you. Okay, what kind of scientist is that? Absolutely. Absolutely. Not depressed. I have a feeling that lots of these big contracts will have buyer's remorse. They always do. They always do, man. I still want a 1-2-0 lineman draft preferably guard. I think someone said 3 earlier. So you ain't alone. You ain't alone. Okay, y'all are hype. All right, let's keep it going then. We got a few more. I didn't know. I had to make sure everybody was fired up so we can keep it rolling. All right, let's go to another one. We got 43-13 here. Wait, is this the same play? Let me not show the same. Oh, no, we're good. All right. So this is the interception. Now watch top of the screen. Chat, watch top of the screen, okay? You're going to see some of that control at the top of the route. Now, to me, there are questions about just pure flexion, hips. It'll look a little unnatural at times, the way that he kind of flips himself around, gets out of awkward positions. But watch at the top of the screen here. And this thing, I brought it up in the video, right? Pacing from off coverage, but then also fast with control. Watch him here. So they're going to run a quick curl route on the outside here. And Goff's going to go to that quick step drop. He's going to try to throw it out against off-man coverage. He's forced to get away from it. That leads to the interception. So you're going to see it on this play right here. Now, these are the kind of things that the Lions, I feel like, are picking up on right here. Watch this. Plant, drive, bam. Got him away from it. Now, also could have been the underneath defender, that was kind of shot into his direction. But you see how fast Amik Robertson was to dive on that, read the quarterback's eyes here. You see, because he's instantly looking at it. So you're going to see with him instantly look at it. This is why double moves get him in trouble. But instinctually, you see how he's not giving depth, right? He's not pedaling on this play. He can feel it getting pressed, but he's not getting depth because he feels Goff staring straight at it. So he's immediately into that plant drive, boom, and he's sitting there right on top of it. Goff has to go away from it. Ultimately leads to this. Wasn't a good decision, but it led to the interception. So, he won't get the interception for that. But speaking of, I'm going to go to the bad because it's I mean, it's kind of the perfect time to do it right here. So this is where you get the double move bad. So again, right here, watch the top of the screen, sinks it, plant, has to grab on the play. Now, I do like that he grabbed and didn't just give up the reception. You know, I can kind of rock with that a little bit. But you can see here, you see how it looks a little clunky, right? Trying to get depth, kind of that half turn, working his foot over. It looks a little bit clunky here. And then you'll see where he dives on the play. He's reading it, right? Quarterback starts to roll out. He's flipping over. He's like, oh, I'm getting on that. You see how fast and how twitchy and how springy he is. You also see it when he's a leaper too. But there he gets called for the pass interference. Now, flipping back to, I think, some good here. We got a few plays left. 59. All right. What is this one? Oh, okay. I did like this one. So to me, this is like good awareness again. So we talked about that cover 2 awareness, and it was like, what is this? He's just dropping back, getting depth. Well, how about a play like this? So cover 2 again. This safety, Merrick, he's going to drop out. Okay, he's going to be your underneath flat defender here on the field side. Now you're going to see how quickly he recognizes the scheme develop, right? It's a boot on the play. You get this beneath route. Now he lets that go. I'm assuming he's taking underneath route. Underneath defender is going to take that, but he's also an underneath defender, so it does get into his zone. But as it pushes vertical on the play, he's immediately dropping with that. Then he finds the crosser for Jamison Williams here and steps in front of it. So for Lions schematically, this is where Ben Johnson eats, is that he's really good at like, okay, we can figure out what defense you're in, and we could just cause a complete beater for that. That's one thing that he does well. There's a missed tackle. But that's also Ben Johnson just being Ben Johnson, to be honest with you. Let's flip back to some man. A little bit too far. Oh, this is awesome. This is where he takes away a check down. So these are the kind of things. Here he is, Jamison Williams, bottom of the screen. And look at this. Look at the redirect on this play too. You're going to see it immediately. Watch this. So again, zone coverage, right? We talk man zone. Okay, zone coverage. Jamison presses by, gives it off to the safety. Now he's doing a nice job of squeezing and kind of hounding the routes a little bit. Then again, watch Goff's eyes. This is where he's great. Eye balance. So he feels the receiver rolling into the flat, Sam Laporta. So he's getting depth with that. Goff, as soon as he looks to the flat, you see him plant down. So he wanted deep, didn't like it. Goff gets to the flat, can feel the pressure. He's diving on it. So he plans to drive right here. But then, as you see, ball doesn't come out. So now he plants himself. Look at him redirect. See how he's under control? Through the dive, he's under control. He's able to plant, redirect, get back upfield with Sam Laporta. So now, even if Goff made some ridiculous throw, which he wouldn't throw that, where he throws it over top, he ended up planting and getting back into the play. So while he was still aggressive, he still stayed under control in this play in particular, where he's just playing underneath instead of having to work in half turn, then sit down and drive with it. And he's able to take away kind of the flat route, and that forces Goff to throw this thing away. He did have gives, but it popped open a little bit late there. And I don't know. Do we have another one that we got to show? I do have one more. I think I have another tackle on here I want to show. Let me go to, I think I got one more. This is this. Oh yeah, right here. Okay, so screens, right? We talk about run defending. This is what I like about his tackling, man. When he makes the tackle, there's nothing after the catch. Here on St. Brown. St. Brown's a great blocker. Little bit of a battle here. Works to keep the edge. Gets off the block. Bam. Shut the run down. Shut it down. And then obviously you see some of the scrappiness, and that's what Amik Robertson to me brings to the table. He brings some of that scrappiness, and yeah, I love that. Jeremy Chin to Washington, by the way. So throwing that out there, we got some news. So yeah, some of the plays. Just want to showcase a little bit. All right, Speakeasy. Appreciate you joining, man. I think I have more. I think I have more plays on here actually, but yeah, I'll go to one more. Chad, let me go one more, just because we have a second, and I want to show a little bit more variety because we showed a lot of off man and zone. I want to show y'all one more. We got a press look. Now, this is not like, this doesn't even look like a legit route, to be honest. But look at the top of your screen here, okay? This is where he was good in college as well because, again, length is not there, but there is nice footwork off the line of scrimmage. Again, he can't get beat immediately. I do question some of the long speed. I think that he can get split open a little bit off the line of scrimmage, but you do see patience. So watch him at the top of the screen here. Watch him work patience with this release. So boom, single step outside, release inside, Antoine Green. But you see the patience of how he responds to that. He's not jumping on the first fake, and he's able to work with him then upfield. So watch over here. He's going to let him release, let the single step happen. Watch right there. He let it happen, and then boom, he's able to get on top of the route. You see some of the bursts, some of the springiness in the lower body, sits down on top of it. So that one wasn't a great example. We'll have to do more when we break him down for real, because that was like what was that even a route? And it was Antoine Green. You know what I'm saying? But there you go. There you go. So just want to show some clips from that game. I thought that'd be the best one because, he played us, and he was also 2 for 5 in that game. 2 for 5. Micah Parsons join Chiefs, and Micah leaves Cowboys. Patrick Mahomes message, help Chiefs team Micah Parsons. Wait. You think Micah's going to the Chiefs? Lions and Ark Armstead have mutual interest. Oh, come on, man. And Charles, you're the guy with the news. Don't do me like that, man. Come on, man. Yo, if that happens, Chad, if that happens while we're live, I don't know what I'll do. I don't know, but I guess we're about to find out. We're about to find out, man. Armstead, because I have the DT list pulled up. Let me see. Here's my list, chat. Here's my list from yesterday. All right, I didn't just make this. Free agent DT rankings. Number 1, DJ Reader. I laid that out. Number 2, Eric Armstead. I'm going to say Eric. I'm sorry. I keep saying Ark. Eric Armstead. He's number 2. Number 3, I had Wilkins. Number 4, I had Rankins. 5, Leonard. But also, some of that got kind of shaken up a little bit because Daquan Jones, to me, would move up that list. I'd probably Leonard Williams price to it, too. I didn't really want Leonard Williams, to be honest. So, hey, it's okay if it's not true. It's free agency time, all right? I'm just trying to be hype. It's all right. It could be true, though. There's a chance. There's a 1% chance. I like it. And we could talk about Armstead, too. You know what I mean? We could talk about him, too. He said he's only an average pass rusher. What? Brent, I'm going to put you on to Eric Armstead before this show's over. I might go get some clips and throw them on the stream. I might have to. DJ Reader is a lion. All right. If we get either of these guys, I'm going crazy. But really, if we look at the situation right now, right? We look at the cornerback position. Chat, tell me. Give me your, what is the right word? Synopsis? I need to calm down on that. Give me your sense on the cornerback room, chat. Like, how do you feel about it? Give me your confidence meter, 1 out of 10. If you just want to give me that, like, how good do you feel about the cornerback room right now? So we look at it, right? Stephen Gilmore, people are bringing up, still here. Then you have Cam Sutton. He's going to be here this year. I truly believe. Next year could be some flexibility. Then obviously you brought back Manuel Mosley, who really, he was here, but he wasn't, right? So if we just go based on what we saw last, I really liked him at San Fran. Thought he was starting capable. Lions did too. Obviously, that's why they did that. They were just like, hey, there's going to be a competition. Jerry will start, and then it's going to be that guy. It's just unfortunate that, he was injured. So honestly, you got him back at a better price point. Then you have Brian Branch. We know he's a dog, so we know that. And now you've added Carlton Davis, who's a good starter coming off his worst season of his career. And now you throw Amik Robertson in, who we just watched. Flexibility, inside, outside. We didn't really see the flexibility there as much, right? I didn't show much of the slot work, but he did it. And I think against the LA Chargers in particular, he played a lot in the slot. So 100 slot snaps this past season. You want an outside corner. Well, I'll say this. So when we signed Cam Sutton, I know I brought this up before. I thought Cam was going to be a slot for us, and he played wide. So knowing that, and then they addressed slot multiple times with CD Dews, I thought initially, and then they went and got Brian Branch, and now they have Amik Robertson. I don't think he'll play inside, so I think he's going to continue to play wide. But Carlton Davis is absolutely a wide corner. Amik Robertson still leaned last season, even with some of the flexibility. I think he played over 500 snaps out wide with only 100 in the slot, so he still leans wide corner. That's the majority of his role play. And you know what I will say about Meek that I do like too? Just a side note here. We talk about like the run defending and how tough he is and those kind of things. You also have to flip it around and also keep in mind that guys like Marcus Peters, who were his teammate, pause on that. That dude would not tackle. Like, he wouldn't tackle. There was a mess going on. So it wasn't like, he kind of, here's how I look at it. He didn't play himself towards what was around him, right? As a young corner, he played his way. He played exactly how he was coming out of LA Tech. He played just the same way with the Raiders when there was a guy opposite that just would not play the run. So I do respect and I like that with all the craziness that went on for them last year. Any rumor on D-line helped those. I'm really going off what the chat's saying. They're saying DJ Reader potentially. They're saying Eric Armstead potentially. I think if we're talking D-line, and we can pull up the list. Any rumor on D-line help? Yeah, we can pull the list. We don't need slot. Branch gets injured. Cam can move in there. That and Amik. And honestly, I think we talked about this yesterday too, because to me, Amik fills both those roles. Someone asked that the Will Harris replacement. I think yes, in a lot of ways, he's going to be a great special teamer too. He fits the traits to do that from the way that we were taught to grade for special teamers. So he'd be a great special teamer. But I'll also say, I don't remember what I was going to say, to be honest with you. Oh yeah. No, I think he does. I think he brings that, because we brought up Xavier Thomas from Houston, and this guy, Amik Robertson, can also do that. I won't read over Armstead. I agree. But the only thing that would shake that up would be the price point. That'd be the biggest thing. Armstead's missed sometimes too. It'd just be the price point, and I don't know where that would fall. I think Reeder's in line for a big deal. Though something to remember is that contract negotiation comes salary cap help. Is that with contract renegotiating comes salary cap help? Oh, I see what you're saying. Are you saying that if we need more money? Yeah, and honestly, like the John Kaminsky one that got done, I didn't expect that, right? We were talking about potentially cutting him, that kind of thing, but they ended up getting it done. I think it's really good for both sides. Lions open up $2 million cap space. It allows him to much easier stick around. We saw it last year, right? Guys like Romeo. So I think that was awesome because for him, he sticks around. Lions don't have to be like, should we say take basically $5 million that we save, or should we cut him? No, you keep around a guy that's a Lion. You keep him around for another year, and you just drop the cap number. I think it's good for both sides. You don't think he's a stud? Look, man, I'll say this. I can understand your concern. You brought up that he's 280. He kind of fluctuates where you want to list him. I can hear what you're saying. Here's what I'll say about him, because I know the size in there. Obviously, he's 6'7", which is crazy too. He's like Calais Campbell. But I will say, Campbell maybe 6'8". I think that he honestly, in a lot of ways, would handle double teams more consistently than Christian Wilkins. And I know that sounds nuts. Like, what? That was one of my things. Like, Christian Wilkins had the size. He was 310. You saw the fit. But Eric Armstead, to me, had a style, and he had a way to do it. And obviously, as a pass rusher, like, he brings insane twitch to the interior, right? He's a big swim move guy, a lot of lateral quickness, lateral depth that he creates. So he's got a go-to. He knows how he wants to play, and he also has redirect flexibility, so he can open up counter pass rush moves. To me, it's like, I can see what you're saying, because there are, like, it's easier to point to things and be like, yeah, he's not as good here. So that I understand. I'm with you, Brent. And Christian Wilkins, there's the one side you can say, well, look at the upside, right? Look at the build, look at those things. And I get it. That's why he got paid what he did. The flip side, though, is there's things with Wilkins where I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know about where that is. Flip side is I know exactly what I'm getting from Armstead. What are we going to do to replace Jonah? This is messing my plan to draft Brian Thomas. What are we going to do? Well, I think at some point we're going to get a guard signing, even though a lot of the guys that I think would be nice starters are gone. I think we're going to get somebody that could start in a pinch, and then, yeah, they're going to go draft one. I don't think that it has to be round one, though. Like, I don't think you have to say that it has to be round one. When we got Jonah, he was round 3. Then we came back, got Stenberg round 4. I mean, you probably improve your chances, but it doesn't have to necessarily be round 1 just because you need a guard. Would be a great vet in the DTDN room. But this too, he does bring that. Yeah. Who are the Lions DNA players on the roster right now? Rocking with KO'd. Hey, we got to get KO'd back. Is there any news on KO'd? KO's coming back. I don't know why he wouldn't be brought back. Let me see if there's anything out there on a news. Also, I want to pull up a list. We're going to pull up a list. We're going to look at some of the available free agents. Let me see. Okay, no. If I do this, it's just going to be people like, I want this guy. Yo, I don't want to do that because it's just going to be people that do. All right, I'm going to like my man said, Kendall Fuller. It's like, bro, we just signed 2 corners, dog. I hear you, but nah, bro, we just signed 2 corners. All right, okay. Let's do okay, yeah, free agents. Let's see. Also, if you didn't see last night's video, man, it was a little bit on the longer side than I thought it was going to be, but we talked about some of the signings. It gave a little more detail than I did live. So if you're just reacting with me live yesterday, you want a little bit more detail than that, check out that video. Zinter, he's all American. I do like Zinter. Zinter's solid. I don't know that he's a starter, but he's solid. I like him. Charles Dickerson. What about Dan the Man, eligible skipper? Hey, you might have to bring back Dan Skipper just because of that, to be honest, man. You might have to. On the roster now. Our DNA players. I think we got a lot of them. I think a lot of them are the rookie deals. I think one is Jared Goff. I think he's fits himself into that category. I'd put, Brian Branch, top of my head. Absolutely. He's one of those guys that represents the Lions. I would say, try not to just go to the rookies here. St. Brown, Sam Laporta, what he did fighting through his injury at the end of the season. I would say Levi. Levi represents the Lions to me well. The fact that he's continued to battle back, not give up, keep fighting, put himself back into a spot to get playing time. I could say Aleem too, dropping the weight like he did, getting himself into that position. Penei Sewell. Penei Sewell is just insane. Yeah, Penei Sewell is insane. Who else would I want to put there? I kind of feel like Iffy, you know, if he had a lot, yes, Frank Ragnow. I kind of feel like Iffy, you know, what Iffy went to, it took him a minute, but he came along. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this up. Yeah, I'm high on Kool-Aid from what I saw. That sounded crazy. Okay. So let's go to let's look at guard. Let's look at guard. I'm gonna throw this on the screen too. You're stuck in 1973. Wait, did I miss something? Oh, you naming players? I got you. Nah. Yeah, you be naming dudes. I don't even know if you're doing that. Chris Jenkins. Someone else said that. Find the other person that said Chris Jenkins. You two would get along. Well, hey, in chat, as soon as free agency starts to kind of die down, like probably next week for sure, we're going to start diving in the draft because that's going to be the only thing ahead, you know? So any news, yeah, we'll update it. But the draft content's going to start pouring in, which is why I've done a lot of the stuff in the background to try to give myself a chance to be on top of it. Okay, this is too far. All right. Wait, Connor Williams is still available? What notebook was that? Wait, hold up. Too many notebooks, man, but... Okay, a lot of these are draft picks, so I don't think... Also, chat, has anybody watched Cornelius Johnson? Cornelius Johnson, bro, he was the Michigan guy that stood out to me, to be honest. Okay, where is... I thought I had some notes on Connor Williams. I want to see if they're in here. Oh my gosh, it's all like draft stuff. I bet I took it out, to be honest, because I got so much draft stuff in here. It's kind of all draft. Yeah, this is all draft. All right. I wish I had that because watch, we're gonna sign him, but I won't know where the notes are. I would say basically though, I wouldn't count out Connor Williams as a potential starting option. I don't expect him to do that. I didn't love him because I really wanted to, and when I would a while back, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe this will be the guy because we were preparing for a show, and then after watching him, I didn't feel that way. But if you were talking about a guy that could potentially be a starter, I would throw him into the mix. Okay, where is? Dang. All right, I'll have to find it later. I don't know where it is. I'm assuming I took it out. Probably put it in the folders over there. Okay, who else do we have? So, like a Thomason, yeah, no. Andrews Feet. Cody Whitehair. Has Cody Whitehair been good the last couple of years? Or has he been injured? Lucas Patrick. Oh, snap. Yeah, I would say, to me, it'd be Connor Williams. It'd be, because there's our guy, John. It would be Dalton Reisner. Got Van Roten in there. Opeta. Nah, I wasn't a big fan of Opeta. He was getting cooked by like bad pass rushers. Try Turner. Try Turner was a buzz a couple years ago. It just like fell off, man. There's the former Michigan Wolverine right there. Wyatt Davis. Wait, Wyatt Davis is a free agent? What? Must does not have worked at all. I didn't even know that. He's not playing? Oh, he's not even playing. Has he been hurt? Okay, maybe something happened. Wyatt Davis doesn't even have snaps. I don't know. Has Aiden Hutchinson done anything? Wait. Oh, gosh. Okay. Yeah. No, I don't know. Yeah, so guard's pretty light. Oh, I don't know. Is this all the... No, it's not. Got Brian Allen in there. I didn't know Brian Allen was a free agent either. Brian Allen did some good things for the Rams. I think he was hurt, though, last year at one point. Maybe for a lot of the season. Yeah, played 34 snaps. Okay, that's what I thought. I mean... Huh. I'm a little surprised, unless it's like a serious injury, that he's still available. I want to say still available. He'll get signed somewhere. Coleman Shelton. I looked at him a little bit. There's our boy. All right. Yeah, I mean, I won't go through all the. Yeah, I mean, I don't know all of them, to be honest. Like, defensive tackle, Tim Settle. No, I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting. He'd be like a 1-year cheap deal. Tier Tart, though, I don't know. I kind of rock with Tier Tart, but I don't know because he would fit. But at the same time, not really. There's Ridgeway. Hey, bro, past mock off seasons, Hassan Ridgeway. That's a throwback. Taven Bryan, he's always a free agent, man. So Al Woods, get the old man in here. Kevin Gibbons, no. There was my man John Jenkins. Hey, John, I'm not mad at John Jenkins. I wouldn't be hyped, but okay. Neville Gallimore. It's very unfortunate that he's on these lists. But yeah, Neville Gallimore, Ross Blacklock. Speaking of former draft picks. High draft picks. I think this whole draft, like everybody missed at the top. Like all the defensive tackles, in like the second round or whatever, I think they all were just not it. What draft was that? That had been the 2020 draft? I think they all missed. Oh, Benito's in there. Okay. Mustafa. You want a nose tackle? There you go. You want a nose tackle? All right. Let's also. I don't really think we need to look at. I'm not looking at corner no more. They might sign another corner, bro. They might. Safety, not a vets though. It's a lot of vets in this side of things. I kind of get some of them. Jamal Adams, not a good season last year. I don't think Justin Simmons had a great season last year either, but I don't know him extremely well. Micah Hyde's only 33. Andre Diggs, that just happened. Rayshawn Jenkins. Rayshawn Jenkins was the starter last year. Tracy Walker. Dang, Tracy's got to go somewhere. Because now I'm looking. I mean, I guess Tracy Walker does have the injuries. I guess that's probably the case with a lot of these guys. But safety has been light, man. Nobody's signing safeties. I wouldn't even be opposed to trying to re-sign Tracy Walker, to be honest. Like, if he doesn't get a legit name, I mean, a legit deal, like if he was just kind of chilling, I guess, yeah, even Cameron Curl's not signed? Nah, that doesn't seem right. I don't know. Safety's deep, man. Safety's deep. I'm just saying that might be one I circle back around to. I mean, Jordan Fuller was. I really like Jordan Fuller. I don't know how well he did statistically last year, but I remember I thought he was huge for the Rams. I can remember preparing for us to play the Rams, and it was like, yo, Jordan Fuller is like that dude in the back end for them. He was the guy that was like, he's gonna take the football away. I was a big fan of Jordan Fuller. 6'2", 203. Yeah, but Jordan Fuller would be a really nice addition. He'd be coming as a backup though. So there's probably, remember Darius Washington? Oh my goodness, man. High draft pick. Jordan Fuller would be awesome, though. I'd be on board with that. I remember the Packers guy wanted him. Jeremy Chin just got signed, so he's not there anymore. Killebrew. Dang, Killebrew's a free agent too, man. What? Hey, they got to fix this. Will Harris is a corner. He's a corner. Come on, man. Kareem Jackson, another vet. I didn't know he was 35, though. Hey, hold up. I didn't know he was 35, though. Tracy Walker got signed by... Oh, that's messed up. I'm a Tracy Walker guy, bro. I love Tracy Walker for Detroit. I hate that he was hurt all the time. I wish he could have developed a better ability to take the football away. But I do love me some Tracy Walker. You want to talk? Hey, you want to talk about scrappy tone setter? That's him. Miles Killebrew would be nasty on special teams. You ain't wrong about that. And he could catch a lot of footballs at once. What are we doing? Sourced? Hey, he said source. I already know this is fake, bro. Source Lions are re-signing Builder, who is now the highest paid nickel in the NFL. He gets 3 years, $30 million by David. This can't be real, bro. Wait, hold on. You put a name in there that I don't know who that is. Time out. Is that real? There's no way they give him $30 million. Stop. I shouldn't. Come on, man. See, Elmo, you're doing me dirty here because Elmo was speaking facts yesterday. So now I have a tendency to believe that he's actually speaking the truth here. But it doesn't make any sense. Okay, here's a new deal. Panthers have signed Josie Jewell. Good run defender. Josie Jewell. Carolina, well, they lost Frankie Louvu, so that makes sense. How about Patrick Queen on a 3-year, $41 million deal to the Steelers? That's a big loss for Baltimore, bro. Baltimore was built on elite linebacker play. That's a tough loss. And for the Steelers, that's big time. They always value linebackers. I'm trying to think who's their off-ball linebackers last year. I don't even remember. That's a big addition for them. Their defense is trending the right way. Joey Porter Jr. was good last year. They're on the up and up. Brandon Joseph. Oh, snap. Hey, I forgot about Brandon Joseph. I ain't gonna lie. I forgot about him. I'm glad you brought that up. You're right. Brandon Joseph still sticking around. Brandon Joseph good for debt. Thank you, Hungry Pan. Thank you for bringing this name up. He's great behind Iffy. He'd be great behind Iffy. So we still need a safety, but you're right. And the fact that they kept him around, I thought his preseason was strong too. I think we all did. I watched his tape. Going to be a later round steal. Who were we talking about? I missed something. Oh, that was actually sent to me. I didn't watch. Hey, Chaz, anybody watch the Academy Awards for the Detroit Lions? Josie Jewell, 3-year, $22.75 million. It's a nice little deal right there. It's a nice little deal. Our off-ball linebacker were all in the 2010 team. Yo, hey, I don't even know. I was trying to think. I was like, man. I was like, hold up. Was it Devin Bush? It wasn't Devin Bush, bro. Oh, my goodness. Maybe it was. I don't even remember. I don't know. But yeah, safety is deep. Safety is deep. So, hey, if you're talking about like being able to find depth, it doesn't seem like there will be a problem there. Chat just said, when they signing a kicker, the money badger is not it, man. I thought they might, but to be honest with you, I think it'll probably happen after the draft. I mean, this is... Oh, okay, looks like there's 4 available. It's not going to be Randy Bullock. Look, I guess it could be. Nick Folks, 100. I honestly don't know. I mean, are these guys, are they that dude? Can we pull their stats over here? Oh, nice. Kind of. Yikes. All right. Assuming the Lions won't go that direction. See, this is what I like about kickers. I can just pull the stats. We don't need no dang all 22. See, I don't know how far they are, though. That's the issue we're running into here. So, looking at that, I'm going to assume no. I liked McLaughlin, but then he signed like a 3 or $14 million deal. I was like, okay, that was more. I get it. It was a little bit out of the price range. So, now, oh, he was on the seat. You're right. Dang, you're right. And Jordan Brooks got signed today. Arizona? Jordan Brooks got signed today. But yeah, no, so I would assume it's going to be, I mean, they could draft somebody. He only missed 1 kick, 50 plus. Okay, but did he make any 50 plus? That's the question. There's the stats. Let me see. Badger will knock him down. You know what I mean? Like, Badger just don't have a big leg. But he did make a 50 plus in the playoffs. Like, I got to give it to him, man. Yeah, 5 for 6 last year from 50 plus. I mean, his long was 53, so they're all probably bordering 50. But, I mean, his career long, I mean, shoot, he hasn't made a kick over 54 since 2015. So maybe he doesn't have a much bigger leg, maybe. But he was knocking his kick downs on the border of 50, it seems like. So, hey, okay, maybe Nick Folk's the guy. He's 39 though, so like I would wonder, like, is he trying to play or is he done? Quinn did draft O-line well. He did. He took a lot of swings. I'll say that. Oh, yeah, especially with signing too. Like we definitely missed some signings. We hit some, you know, TJ Lang, Ricky Wagner, took Stenberg and Jonah back to back. One hit, one didn't. Taylor Decker, Frank. I mean, to be honest, they were first round picks, so you Kind of hope they'd hit, but yeah, they did hit. Credit to him. He didn't move up. He chilled out, got both those guys. Lakin was a miss. Wait, I don't know if Lakin was Bob Quinn. Take that back. No, I think Lakin was Bob Quinn. I think it was 2015. I should trade for Vinatieri and his 97-year-old self. Dang, hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do. Cardi in the 6th in every mock. Shoot, man, y'all been telling me I gotta check it out. Let me see his stats. What's his name? Look at his stats. This is different. I don't need to go watch him. Let me just look at his stats. Cardi. I think he's got a big leg, man. But now we know, man, like people will draft those guys high. 23 of 27 last year. He was 4 for 7 from 50 plus with a 51 long. But 2022, oh dang, he killed it in 2022. 10 for 10 from 40 to 49, 3 for 3 from deep or 50 plus, 61-yard long. So he's got a big leg. These stats, yeah, he ain't going to round 7. He's getting drafted. Cardi was my lock kicker till he missed 20. Oh, that was him? Yo. Hey, I mean, like, look. Only thing, hey, I'll go with what Jason Hansen said. He said it's really tough when you don't have the consistent placeholder and stuff like that. The NFL is way different. So I'll go with what he said and try to ignore that. I didn't know that was him, though. I remember watching that. Yeah. At least Jared Davis contributed. Whoa. What the heck? T still annoys me to this day. It's unfortunate. Hey, man, some guys just miss. Tease was slower than Tom Brady running 40. That's messed up. I mean, he wasn't far off, but sometimes, man, it don't hit. We just got a really good one right now. Okay, so we look at a couple positions. Let me see if there's anything else that we want to look at there. I'm assuming now the news is going to be very spread out, so it's going to be very hard to just wait for something to happen. But I definitely want to get on here and chat a little bit. Agba. Also, I got a show tonight. So yeah, I mean, defensive end, Chase Young's still available. I'd be curious to see what he gets paid. I would assume a solid number. Davenport got 6.5, so I'd assume he gets a solid number. Charles Harris, our guys are still out there. Romeo, Julian got signed. Carl Lawson's still out there, it looks like. Mike Purcell, I mean, he's more of a nose tackle, but Clowney's still out there. So there's still some vets. I mean, like I said, I wasn't blown away by Clowney, but depending on the number, it could make sense. DJ Wanham, someone brought him up earlier. Michael Dana's a free agent. I like Michael Dana. He's nice. He's not big time, but he's nice. Yeah, he had 8 sacks last year. Justin Houston. Bruce Irvin. Shout out to Bruce Irvin. Calais Campbell. Okay, sort of. Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of vets. Defensive end looks like it's heavy veteran right now. Shaq Lawson. A lot of old guys available right now. There's a couple of young ones between Chase Young and, I mean, Travis Gibson's a free agent. He might not be bad taking a swing on. Bradley and I. Oh, good. We're really going back to that 2020 draft. Kyle Phillips. Yeah, these names take me back. Jeremiah Ledbetter is only 26. Casey Toohill. Yeah, that's an old group. That's an old group, man. Edrin is a dog. He's an awesome run defender. Yeah, he plays such a weird role too. I'm with you. That'd be the issue. My issue with him is I don't know what his third down value is, because I don't think he's a big time pass rusher either, to be honest. I think he's good in his role as a pass rusher. I don't know that he's a good pure pass rusher though. From the games I went through, and there was really not much to take away from it. So I'd have to probably go back to previous years to see what he did there, because he picks up sacks. He can close like an animal. He's a big time spy for that defense. But in terms of being a pure pass rusher, I don't know if he's that. And then obviously if we don't use a spy, it's like, okay, what's his role? But yeah, I think he was relatively agile. I mean, he played a lot over the slot, so he could probably do enough. He could probably do enough on early downs, and he's a big time run defender, so I don't count him out. I just wonder about any of his third down value, to what you're saying. Queen Henry. Dang, Queen Henry. Right now they can run him 4 times versus a middling run defense in a big game. Ledbetter was a great 7th round pick. Who is our running back 3? Not Craig. Running back 4 still. Well, to me it would be Craig. Running back 4 outside of Craig. Craig. Zonovan Knight. Hey, yo. I mean, we have 4. We have Zonovan Knight. I like Craig. He was good last year too. He's got a little role going for him too as a pass protector. I've always been a Craig fan. But as always, even with Craig Reynolds, we've always kind of added the, you think back to when we added, who's that guy from the Chargers? He's slipping my mind. I can't remember who it was. We added him, and he was the guy that brought a little bit more juice, a little bit more receiving upside. So that's probably still something that they're probably looking to add. Jake Funk, that's too. That doesn't really fit that description necessarily. Justin Jackson, yes. Justin Jackson, something like that. Peyton Wilson, yeah. I don't know. I need to watch more of Peyton Wilson. I mean, I get he's fast. Like he's fast, but he definitely would have more upside as a coverage guy. He might be though. Might be as good of a pass rusher. I don't want to say that. I mean, in terms of having a toolbox as a pass rusher, I don't think either of them did. But Peyton Wilson could win as a blitzer. I think Peyton Wilson probably goes before Edgerrin Cooper in today's NFL because there's an easier vision towards he can play third down. He's very thin. Did the Titans pay a Awuzie? Yeah, that's crazy. I wouldn't have done that. I would have stayed away from that. What are your thoughts on DJ Reader? He's my top DT left. That's who I want. Honestly, he's my top DT coming in. So that's who I'd want at DT. If you could say forget the coverage. I mean, forget the I read coverage. If you could say forget the price point, best DT. That's my guy. Crosby tweeted at Lions got a dog. Yes sir. Hey, I love that. I can pull that up. Would you take Blake Corum still on the board later rounds? Yeah, I'd be cool for that. I'd be cool with that. I think Blake Corum is a really good running back. He's a really good running back, actually. I like dude out of Wisconsin a little bit. Trying to think of his name. He was one of the first players that I watched. He's super tall. He's like a receiver playing running back. I'm trying to remember his name, but he brings receiving upside. I liked him a little bit. No, that's in my other notebook. All right, I have to go back to that. There you go. We got a mock off season right here. Sign reader, Keon Coleman. Trade 61 for 49. Cooper Bibe. What team does he play for? What team is that? I haven't seen him yet. I have to watch him. He's Isaac. That'd be nice, 73. Here you go, Josh Carty. He has a lot of value and we don't need him. Do you think D. Robinson, Missouri has enough pass rush shots for the high pick? Yes. I mean, it depends on how high you're talking. 29, yes. Kansas State, okay. Yeah, that's one of the guys I have video out on. I think that, yeah, he'd be worth the 29th pick. Getting Amik is a long play for getting Max Crosby. I think that's what they're setting up. That's wild. That's wild. Brent ain't feeling it. Yeah, I haven't seen him. I'll have to watch him. I like my dude out of Utah. He needs some time though. Like that's the thing. Like I couldn't draft him and be like, yo, he's the guy now. We definitely better go get Zeitler or something. But like I like my dude out of Utah. If he breakout season really made it harder for CD Deuce to get on the field, absolutely. I mean, CD Deuce also just mainly was out because of injury. Because CD Deuce got healthy, he came right back in. He got snaps, and then they kind of rotated. I think if you're speaking about Tracy, absolutely, yeah. Tracy just didn't, yeah. But no, yeah. I mean, they kind of made it work with 3 safeties at the end there. What is he like? 40. Wait, I might have missed something. Okay, I think I missed something. Ray Davis. It might be right. That sounds right. Look it up. No. No. He's from Wisconsin. Unless you weren't talking to me. I appreciate that, Doug. What are we realistically going to do with Hooker? I think, man, that's a tough question. I think realistically he'll be our backup next season. I think he'll be our backup for a few years. And then that last year of his contract, they'll have to figure out, like, do we trade him? Or do we try to re-sign him? He's probably going to want to go elsewhere, get an opportunity. I think next year he's the backup. I've only seen a little bit of Cedric Van Pran. I've only seen a tad. Like, I have his outline wrote down for me to watch him. I didn't get into it. I was talking to you. Okay, no, that's not what I'm talking about, though. I was talking about, dude, he's from Wisconsin. I could look him up. This thing is hot over here. I think it's Wisconsin. It might be. Oh, yeah. Braylon Allen. That's who it is. Braylon Allen. So we were talking about running backs. If a wide receiver is an X would be an upgrade on his offense. Wide receiver is available, and X could be an upgrade on his offense. I mean, we could use it. Yeah, I mean, Jameson hasn't really put together the best ability to get off the press, even though teams don't do it as often anymore. If a wide receiver is best available, yeah, it could be. I mean, I don't know who that would be for him. I think one of the best release packages I've seen is Troy Franklin to this point. Though Troy Franklin's hands scare the crap out of me. So I don't think he's got great hands at all. He does a lot of things well aside of that. I think he'd be awesome in that sense, though. Taj from USC is better than Rice. You should actually check out Davis. Oh, I'll check him out. I'll get to it for sure. Day 3 of free agency, get Hunter to Detroit. Dang. Some of y'all are like bought into this man. I get it. I mean, look, I'm bought into, adding Reader, but what round for Davis? Hey, also, chat, Daquan Jones. I don't think he's signed yet. I'm still going to leave that out there that I'm on board with Daquan Jones being a Lion. So let me see if anything's changed there. Bills re-signed Daquan Jones. All right. Okay, let's wrap that one off. Hey, yo, I didn't even know that happened. I'm glad I Googled it. You know what I mean? I'm glad I Googled it. But, yeah. Okay. That's tough. Hey, Sean Robinson. Armstead. Hey, bro. Hey. Okay. Hunter was as good as Hutch in 2023. Yeah, he needs to be a better, but he needs to improve his route running, I think, big time. Even though last year I didn't think he looked bad as a route runner in the limited time he played for us. So like I said, if Josh doesn't come back, man, I do think that you could buy into him having similar traits. Where's all the money coming from? All this money? You take Brian Thomas there? Probably, from what I've seen so far. Yeah, I mean, probably from what I've seen so far, but like from a fit side, I don't know that it'd be like perfect, but at the same time, I think he's the best player that I've seen that usually can get there. How much do you think Reader will go for? I'm like, well, what? Grover Stewart went for like 13 a year. I would say like 15, 16 a year. I would think. I mean, maybe the injury makes it cheaper then. I would think like 3 years, 16 million per, something like that. What do you think about Darnell Mooney to the Falcons? I mean, it would be tough to do it because you got to leave McNeil's extension. That's the reason I didn't predict it. He's my favorite DT, but I didn't predict it here because I think it'd be kind of tough with certain contract. Now, if you get that like more of a 2-year deal, 30 year, you kind of have an out. That's awesome. But yeah, I mean, he's my top DT, but with guys like Alin who have to get paid. What do you think about Darnell Mooney to the Falcons? Honestly liked him. I liked Darnell Mooney too. Yeah, I did too. I saw that. He got paid a nice little deal too. So they definitely bet on that upside. Honestly, though, if you to your point, that's actually something that's worth looking at because Darnell Mooney made 3 year $39 million. I mean, certain offenses could buy into him being a better fit than Josh Reynolds, especially Atlanta's. because Atlanta, the type of receivers they have all the trees. So now you get a guy that's not. But to flip that around, I mean, they're also, I mean, if he's making $13 million a year, Josh Reynolds looks, he's probably going to get paid a little bit. Does anyone think Jalen Bateman was overpaid? After these numbers we're seeing, I thought he was worth every penny. Yeah, not really. I mean, not really. It's hard though, because if you were asking, is he overpaid in the sense of playing off ball? You could argue, yeah. But I think because of how much they value special teams and how much special teams is, it seems like it's gonna be even more of an impact going forward. I would say no, because they just utilize it so much. If they've never utilized trick plays or any of those things. Like, yeah, I'd feel you on that. But because he's so utilized and he's such a prominent piece on all of our special team spots, whether that was last year becoming a personal protector and just playing on all the different units, I would say no. Play a bit quarterback up for Atlanta. Yeah, I think Atlanta's going to win that division. I think it was a great move for Atlanta. Trade T. Higgins to Detroit next. I mean, look, anything's on the table at receiver, I feel like. That's one position where I feel like anything's on the table. The only yeah, I think guard we kind of have a sense because there's just not a lot of options. Receiver could go a lot of ways here. I ultimately think Josh comes back, but it seems like everything's on the table. I mean, you're looking at the list. I think Josh is towards the top of the market. You know, Calvin Ridley, it sounds like he wants to go back to the Jags, but it sounded like the Patriots wanted him. I don't want Odell. You're talking about T. Higgins, which would be the trade. And it sounds like he wants out, so I can understand where you're coming from. I'd be a little surprised if they made 2 trades because T. Higgins would cost a little bit. DJ Chark, DJ Chark could be fine. I like DJ Chark, but I would take Josh. But DJ Chark's price point could be lower. Kadero Hodge, hold up. I didn't know he was available. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of light at the top. It's kind of light at the top there. So we're going to find out. If he's not brought back, definitely going to shake up a lot of these mocks. Justin Fields now a Patriot. Whoa, did that really just happen? Cardinals signed Keith Ismail. I don't know who that is. To a 1-year extension. Okay, he was already... Wait, is that the lineman? Oh, yeah, offensive lineman. Okay. See, I didn't know. Okay, here we go. Levante David, linebacker, gets a 1-year deal worth up to $10 million to stay with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So they're getting everybody done. Mike Evans, Baker, Levante David. We did see Shaq Barrett go to the Dolphins, replacing Andrew Van Ginkel. Buccaneers keeping a lot of their dudes around. Yes, everybody in chat's answered yes. My man said no. That's crazy. Yeah, he did. I think they win the division, man. I think they're the best team in the division now. I think it was a great move for him. I do, Chad, I'm going to say this. Like, I do feel like, and if you disagree, it's fine, but I do feel like when I see some of the national things that get said about Kirk Cousins, it does drive me nuts. And I'm not like a Kirk Cousins defender or something, because he's not on the level of certain quarterbacks I think sometimes he gets compared to just because of his numbers. But at the same time, like when I just hear them bring up his career record, it's irritating. It's like, come on, bro. You can't just bring up his career record. I'm not saying that he's some of these other dudes that he can compare to statistically, but at the same time, like someone was like, oh, he's definitely not top 10. I was like, hold up. He's definitely not top 10. To me, he's a top 10 quarterback. I mean, what? Like, if he's healthy, now you can argue the injury side of things, but if the dude's just out there playing, and what we have in the league right now, he'd be a top 10 quarterback for me. He cursed too much for me. Wait, who did? Kirk Cousins? His offense scores points. They put up a lot of points. We know better than about Cousins. He's the real deal. There you go, John. There you go, John. You like that? I think he's a dog, bro. I think he's a dog. I mean, I think they have a great head coach too. You know, I think he pulls a lot of it out of him right now, but he's been pretty consistent all the time. The Bears have agreed to terms with DB Jonathan Owens, so the former Packer. Yeah. And they were light at safety. They brought in Xavier McKinney though yesterday. Cousins' mobility wasn't his strength to begin with. Absolutely not. Absolutely, yeah, definitely not. I mean, I remember him at Michigan State. So Cousins doesn't curse. I mean, he's like super religious, right? So I feel like he has cursed though. You know, Kirk Cousins curse. Come on, man. When he takes his shirt off and he puts the bling on, that dude gets fired up. Rams that play second round restricted tender on Alaric Jackson, worth now nearly $5 million. Yep, no one's going to mess with that. No one's giving up a second-round pick for that. He's coming back. Nah, yeah, ain't nobody mess with that. If Kirk Cousins played for Kyle Shanahan, 49ers would have won it all. I agree. Yeah, I agree. Now, I say this, I don't think Purdy played bad for him last year at all. I think he was really solid. But yeah, no, I'm with you. So, all right, y'all agree. I thought like maybe there'd be a lot more pushback. Y'all agree. I think it's crazy. Oh, I see what you're saying, John. I got you. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I got you. Okay. Yeah. Aaron Jones on the Vice going to be interesting. Yeah, that is interesting. I think Aaron Jones is a beast too. It's just about him being healthy, to be honest with you. It's kind of weird that they just kind of flipped like that. And they just brought in Aaron Jones. It makes sense. Their running back room was a mess last year. And it's pretty much all their fans talked about was like, yo, Ty Chandler, Madison, like, what are we doing here? So I can get the investment. I think it was $7 million. It's just injuries. What moves did y'all do? So Lions fans, we brought in Amik Robertson today, which was awesome. Carlton Davis was our trade yesterday. So I guess it's not really technically a free agent move, but it was a trade that we made. We also signed Graham Glasgow. We brought our guard back. Jonah Jackson left. And then I'm missing one more in there. Oh, the first move, Marcus Davenport from Minnesota. Darnold, Minnesota. Yes. Bro, we were talking about this yesterday kind of randomly, and that actually happened. That's going to be their starter next season. I was rooting for Lions, and they dropped everything, son. And they dropped. Oh, I know. Hey, you're telling us. You know what I mean? We know that. That was a struggle. The struggle was real. Oh my goodness. I don't know where that came from. It's like one thing to have a couple. First half, we just kept dropping it. Ty Chandler is a dog. Hey, that's Rad's guy. I shouldn't be hating. Ty Chandler is Rad's dude. What am I actually supposed to do with my Swift jersey? Yeah, that's tough. I got a Swift long sleeve shirt. I still rock it. I remember getting that for Christmas. I still rock it. I was fired up when I got it. It was clean. Oh, Swift? What? So I still rock it. I'll never forget our reaction when we took DeAndre Swift. I was watching that recently. I didn't know who he was, to be real. I knew Jonathan Taylor was. He was coming out. That's who I wanted. But we took running back and we were excited. We're like, we took a running back? Some of y'all were there for that. John was probably there for that. Elmo was probably there for that. Some of y'all, a lot of y'all were actually probably there for that. When we took the running back. Hey, put a 1 if you were there when we were watching the draft and we took DeAndre Swift. We signed too short. LOL. Can I ask you a question? LOL. We signed too short. Wait, I feel like there's a reference here that I'm completely missing. Lions won back. All right, let's address this too. Hold up. Everywhere I look, chat, all of a sudden y'all see there's so many y'all there. Look at all the ones, bro. So everywhere I look, Packers are now going to win the NFC North. They've jumped the Lions. And then they're like, oh, but Lions didn't get worse. And I'm like, wait a minute, timeout. All right. First off, we're literally, and at this time it was 1 day, we're 2 days into free agency. And the Packers jumped us. Okay, we can start right there because that's crazy. That's absolute. David Bakhtiari gone. All right, they figure out tackle. Let's talk. Hey, relax for a second. Cornerback. I'm just saying. All right, to act like they just stepped over us somehow is absolutely insane. They had a great finish to the season. All right, but what happened to one to see it more than one time? You know what I'm saying? That's all I just want to see it more than one time. I want to see it when we have a legitimate cornerback room out there. That's what I want to see. I want to see them play us when we can put legit cornerbacks on the field. Because I saw us play man, and it shook them a little bit. That game that we lost, everybody brings up, oh, man, y'all lost on Thanksgiving, though. They were just, okay, and then what? We got to the NFC Championship game. All I'm saying is don't let us have legitimate cornerback play against that team. Everything's going to change. Everything's going to change, man. You think those tackles are going to block us up? Stop it. I don't know. I'm just fired up. I saw that. Come on, bro. You can respect what the Packers are doing. They do a really good job team building, but to just like step them over the Lions and have no reason to pull the Lions down, what are you talking about? This is the best drafting GM in football. What are we talking about? The offseason chatter, I ignore it. It will continue. I promise. No, it will. It will. Tried out to engage in it too. I'm an OG. He was back near NWA premiere time rapper. Oh, I am. Wait, I am an OG. Is that like a, what is that? Also, I haven't seen that movie. Is that a movie? I haven't seen that yet. Packers had a great finish season with embarrassing the Cowboys. They did, man, and we're happy about that. Like the Cowboys had that coming, to be honest, after our game. They didn't deserve to have that home playoff game. Football recognized that. Packers handled business. I'm glad they did. Thank you for that still. Man. Okay, I missed a lot of comments. Being an underdog is what we do. Bro, I'm telling you, man, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Like first off, the fact that we're even talking about us in division is a little bit disrespectful to me. I mean, we were in the dang NFC Championship game. If anything, you should talk about, are we representing the NFC this year? I mean, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it. Do you think the Lions make another move today? Yes. I would just play the odds that they'll make another move. When? I said 9:45 last night. Didn't happen. I'm gonna go 10 p.m. tonight. 10 p.m. The Lions don't have many position fill as others. This is the year they will fill gaps. They will get better. I'm with you. Guard and receiver, right? We're trying to figure. Those are the two that are kind of like, oh, what are we doing? Guard's going to be a draft pick now. You know, there's really not a lot of answers on free agency. Could be, but not many. Receiver, pretty light at the top. It's just figuring out, is Josh going to get paid or not? And then if he doesn't, probably add somebody and then go draft one. No Kirk Cousins, Lions W. That too. Hey, I'll take that. They're kind of a mess right now. I hope Dan makes another mid move today. I'm on board with it. Colts eyeing Danielle Hunter. Indianapolis Colts had talk with Pro Bowl defensive end. Now, the Colts, they're all about that front seven. They brought back Grover Stewart. They're not paying their quarterback. They also brought back their dude yesterday. Don't remember his name now. He's good last season. I forgot his name. They have Kwity Paye. Wow, they would have a lot of edge rushers over there. They would have like a rotation of 3, right? Because I mean, the other guy's kind of just a third down piece, right? You'd put Hunter out there all the time, but that'd be a really deep unit. Yeah, Tyquan Lewis. They still have Kwity Paye. Adetomiwa Juan, DeForest Buckner on the inside. They still have Samson Ebukam. Samson Ebukam was awesome for him. That'd be an insanely deep edge rush. Are they cutting somebody? Or does someone like get traded or something? Like, bro, if they go sign Danielle Hunter, they're going to have so many edge defenders. And like, that's not to say that you couldn't upgrade over. Like, you could upgrade over Kwity Paye. Samson Ebukam's not going to lose his role. I mean, my goodness, that'd be insane. Then he brought back Tyquan. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, maybe. Hey, they got the money, go do it, I guess. Sheldon Rankins, thoughts. Dan AG, no. Yeah, that's the one thing about that is like, it's kind of like it's almost like the Marcus Davenport, but Davenport left after they left. This was the guy that I believe when Sheldon Rankins left was after the rookie of his contract, 2020. They were still there. Actually, take that. Yeah, they were still there when he left. So that might be a guy that they actually, just because they have the connection, they're not actually necessarily that interested in. That's a real possibility. And if you go back to even when Todd Walsh first got here, what did they tell us, right? You have to earn the right to rush the passer. Sheldon Rankins doesn't necessarily embody that. Not that he doesn't give effort, but that's not his game. And I could see the Lions still kind of sticking back to that stylistically, being like, yo, you got to stop the run. Even to this point. And this is working against me liking Sheldon Rankins. I can remember during the season, Lee McNeil, right? They talked about him cutting down. They asked Dan Campbell about it. And Dan Campbell brought it back. He's like, look, it's great. You're slimming down. He looks good. But we told him, you still got to be able to get in there and anchor down against the run. Like, that's still priority. You still got to help. You still got to play the run. And Sheldon Rankins, with that, even with his body type, that not being his strength, and it never really has been his strength, it would make a ton of sense that the Lions would sit back and be like, yeah, no, he's got to be able to play the run better than that. That's first and foremost, which also would make sense why they'd be interested in DJ Reader, because to me, while he's a good pass rusher, his best strength is stopping the run. So I'm that's just kind of the way that I see it, man. It could be a real possibility they just have no interest there. And I honestly think that's probably the case. I like him, but I think that's probably the case. Hoping we keep DPJ, and he does a lot after catch too. That's where I bought into Antoine Green. I was a fan of him after the catch. Remember, that's my highest rate I gave to him. Same with Armstead. Well, no, I think I like how Armstead plays the run. So I get the size thing. Like I said, I think Armstead can play the run though, and I like the energy that he plays with against the run. me look at some of the quick notes that I had here. But to your point, he's not like it's not his game, but I can respect the way that Armstead plays the run, even though he's got maybe some limitations. Smart body positioning in the double teams, good leverage on first contact, explosive power at the point of attack. I said he would get out of blocks a little bit. His pad level can rise through reps. He can get caught behind on blocks, will overplay out of gaps, but I still respected the way. You know what I mean? I mean, yes. Oh, okay. So there you go. I mean, that's just where I'm at. But like I said, I do understand the concern. I think he can play the run. I mean, there's limitations, but I think he can handle it. You go to a guy like Reader, he was literally taken off the field on rundowns. And it's like, in theory, it's like, well, if Broderick Martin hits, then that's fine with us. But for the Lions side of things, I don't know that they're in the business of that. Think about it like this. The Lions aren't even adding corners that they don't feel like will play the run well. So is he going to step back and add a defensive tackle that they don't think plays the run well? All right, that's solid. Hey, I don't even know. I don't even know his stats. I truly don't know. I just watched him. I have no idea what his numbers are. Also, I'm a big pressure guy. Now I will say this though, Brent. Here's an aspect of Armstead's game. Armstead is not the best at finishing as an interior pass rusher. That is one aspect of his game for sure. He's never been a great finisher as a pass rusher. I don't think his path to the quarterback is consistent. He is a guy that causes a lot of havoc, often beats offensive linemen, the first offensive lineman for sure. Second time it could stall out, but he often beats the first man in front of him. But leading into sacks is somewhere where he's always kind of lacked, is being able to rack up sacks based on the pass rush. So I will say that's always been kind of a knock on his game. Did he have that one racial issue with someone on our team? Ooh, I don't even know. Maybe. I don't even know. I'm thinking we might not trying to draft Leggett or Walker. Not number one if they after possibly. Might be trying. Okay, I read that wrong. Yeah, definitely two different styles there. Two different styles. Armstead called Dan Skipper racist. Oh, okay. Well, that might not actually happen then. As long as Dan Skipper's back, it might not happen, bro. Absolutely. That's just my takeaway, you know. So you obviously form your own opinion. That's just how I look at it. So far, who's your favorite player in the draft? Ooh, that's a good one. Favorite player in the draft. I want to give you a different answer. I'm gonna go with a guy that he's not the best player in the draft. I'm gonna roll with Brownlee just because I want people to check him out. He's got real issues, but I'm gonna go with Jarvis Brownlee from Louisville. I just want people to watch him, the cornerback. I do like guys like my man out of Auburn. I like DJ James. I don't think he plays the run with much effort at all, so I think the Lions won't be interested there. But Brownlee plays the run like an Amik Robertson, so I like him a lot. I think we just got a new Patreon member. Shout out to Dale Cox. Dale, I appreciate you. Now, look, a lot of the perks that will be coming will be through members on the channel. So let me make you aware of that it's probably better to be in that category than Patreon because it's easier for me to find those. So I would lean towards the membership if I were you. But I do appreciate it. So if you're just trying to show some love, I appreciate you. And I can always get in there. I can always go in there and like pull your guys' names out so I can make things happen in the future. But Dan Skipper just resigned. Wait, did that really just happen? Hold up. Let me go to pull it up, chat. Let's pull it up. We got news, I think. What the heck is that? All right. Yes, sir. Shout out to Dav. Oh, Dav breaking all the news. Hold on. I should have been on this dude's page. Dav doing work over here. Here you go, chat. Report. Lions offensive lineman Dan Skipper re-signing with the Lions on a 1-year deal. All right. The comment section is a little bit strange, but Dan Skipper's back. Well, that's actually crazy that we should. Yo, what the heck? Bro, how did that happen? Someone spoke that. We spoke that into existence. We had to. Dan Skipper is back. You know what? Also, too, Dan Skipper does play a little bit of guard. He might be the tallest player to ever play guard in the history of football. Honestly, the fact that he's even taken snaps at guard, respect. It was a disaster, but he did it. I got respect for that. You're talking about a 6'10", 6'9", I'm sorry, offensive lineman that's taking snaps at guard. 25 snaps at left guard. Chat, our answer at left guard is in the building. I'm playing. But he played that 6th offensive lineman role last season. Obviously, Matt Nelson, he's reporting too. He can report. Well, actually, he can't. I mean, I don't know if he can or can't. But the point is, he played that 6th offensive lineman role this past season when Matt Nelson, missed the majority of the season. I do wonder about Matt Nelson, if the Lions will go that route or not. But yeah, I mean, the guy played left guard for the Lions. He also played a little bit of right tackle too. On the season, if we're looking at the 101 snaps that he played offensively, which was 34 as a pass blocker, so mainly on rundowns. Let me see. He allowed 2 pressures. And that's, I mean, last year he played 387 snaps. And he allowed 19. Wow, he played a lot last year. Hold up. I didn't even know he played that much last year. Oh, he was playing at guard for us last year. Okay. I mean, I guess there's flexibility there then, to be honest. I mean, he played a lot of left guard last season. Shoot, I got to dive into some Dan Skipper, bro. I'm going to be honest. Yeah. Against the Raiders, man. Stepped in at left guard. Man, we might have to watch some Dan Skipper. I'm going to be honest, Chad. We might have to watch some Dan Skipper. Oh, my God. Nah, that's not plan A. It's definitely not plan A. But bro, wait, hold up. I'm gonna pull it up. We're here. We're gonna end this thing here soon. It's 6 p.m. This is kind of what I was aiming to get off. But it's the same game. He played left guard against the Raiders. And I can respect that. Him being able to handle that. It was probably a lot of running the football at that point in time in the game. He's playing left guard. All right, we got to look at it. Chat, he was playing left guard, bro. And I'm sure they try to protect him too. Let's do it. Let's do it. Big number 70 at left guard right here. The dude's massive. He's so big, bro. Like, Graham Glasgow was tall. I can respect that, though. Like, the fact that he's been able to adapt and play these different positions, you know what I mean, and find flexibility within the offense. Like you guys said, play that 6th offensive lineman role, the jumbo packages. Like, bro, anybody that's 6'10" that can make it work at left guard, or 6'9" and make it work at left guard. Look at that. You see him. He's trying to get some leverage there. Not a lot of juice on that, but you can see it. All right. Yeah, actually, probably not. Guard doesn't look like necessarily the answer. It's, bro, but the effort's real, chat. Bro, chat. Yo, this is the film, chat. You can't question this. Look at this. Look at it get back up. I'm getting into that dang screen. Watch this. Let me go find somebody. Bam. He even gave him a little tap after that one. That play was over. He got in that play. Yo, you need nasty offensive linemen. You know it's got to get nasty in them trenches. Let's see him again here. Come on now. All right. Who is that? That guy's a free agent this year. I just can't think of his name. I can't think of his name, but he is a free agent this year. Okay. Little outside zone. Look at this. He's trying to stay low, bro. He's trying to stay low. He's in his pads. Okay. Didn't really get to the front of that one, but yo, he's a finisher. Chad, he's a finisher. Let's go right back to it. Ah, man. I mean, it's not looking good, but it's not. Here we go. Let's see it again. Come on now. Okay. I see some awareness. Robert Spillane was awesome last year. Look at the awareness. Watch it cross his face. Stop it. And then he's getting in on the pile, chat. Bro, hey. Yo, what? Timeout. How long was I muted? How long was I muted, chat? Did y'all miss? Chat, how long was my muted, bro? How long was I muted? Bro, I was getting fired up. 3 years, chat. 21 mil. Anchor down. Right here. Look at this. Are you kidding me? Bro, he thinks he's got him, but look at the flexion. Look at this. Dog. The numbers don't lie. He was a good pass protector. I was muted for 3 minutes. Oh, my goodness, dog. All right, we got to go back. Hey, we got to go back. We got to go back. We got to go back. Hold up. Y'all saw it. I got to get to that QB stick, bro. Come on, man. Look at how low this dude's getting. He's 6'9". Look at this. 3 years, 21 million across from him. Get out of here. Get out of here, bro. Nah, see, I'm disappointed. I'm apologizing that I was muted, but he's working. The footwork's an issue. Chat, the footwork's an issue for guard. All right, the foot quickness is not there. The effort's incredible, though. Look at the awareness. This dude's a nasty finisher, chat. He's a nasty finisher. This is what you want. All right, this isn't great. This isn't great, but look at it. He's a finisher, man. And by the way, those helmets, what? All right, one more. You see him get in on the pile after the play? Let's see this. Let's see the quickness here, too. Let's see this. See how quick he's in that. I mean, there was a little bit of, like, shiftiness there. But what you see, though, he tried to position himself up. All right, the footwork laterally maybe is a little bit of an issue. He's got the length, though. Not much knockback there either. Look, man, then he gets on the pile. Bro, come on, man. This is a freaking line right here, baby. Yo, the numbers say he's a good pass protector. Did you see that? Hey, Jack, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Hey, come on, man. Well, there you go. Dan freaking Skipper, welcome back. And we're going to end it right there. What do you think about the new jerseys might begin this year? I would love to see it. I would love to see it. I hope we do. It's about that time. Those helmets are fire. We need some new jerseys. I think Easy said, right, they're going along with the color rush. So we do need some new jerseys. Why did they sign Raekwon Davis? I don't know. I don't know. They have all the defensive linemen. Colts are taking everybody. They're literally taking everybody. All right, chat, we're going to end this here, man. I appreciate I was fired up, though. Man, I'm upset that we were muted for that long because I couldn't see it. And I was getting hype. Y'all probably saw it. I was getting hype. So I'm a little bit mad that we were muted there. But, you know, it's sometimes that's how it goes. Also, I'm going to be live tonight on Jeff's show for like a little segment. Talk about free agency. So tune into that. I think it's 8:15. I'm joining there. And yeah, man, we'll stay tuned. Any news that pops, we'll be here. I'll probably do a video on this signing too, just because it happened. And if anybody wasn't here for the live, I want to make sure that they're in the know. But it'll be a short video. All right, it'll be a very short video. And then obviously our breakdowns for players are coming along a little bit later. Pivoted from Reader. Okay. Hey, one less team to worry about. Less team to worry about. You could say the same thing with Daniel Hunter, though, to be honest with you. So stay tuned for those things, man. Appreciate y'all joining. I'll see y'all again soon. We could be live again tonight. It's possible. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to the Patreon. Shout out to the member. I think there was a member today. I think there was. I appreciate it. I'm going to do this just because I was told to do this, and I don't ever do this. Watch YouTube glow. Make sure you click the like button. Did YouTube glow? I should have been looking at it. I didn't look at it. I don't. Hold up. Now I opened OBS. Oh, my goodness. Now we're going to lag. Okay, now we're good. Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna be on that show tonight for like the 15-minute segment. Man, I remember I was gonna say. I hope it lit up. If it didn't, you can light it up yourself. Stop. All right, I'm out of here. Appreciate y'all joining, man. I'll see y'all next time, probably tomorrow. And we out.